Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Scobalt, Phantom, Soul? Now I see your new your like business name, and I believe you were called Soul before, and I suddenly second guessed myself as I was saying that. Do you want me to continue calling you Soul? I could use your new name, although I'm not sure if that's Iro, Ro. I don't know how you would pronounce the new one, but correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, I'm so excited to play more Star Ocean. I sat down and I started a whole second game because I was like, bro, I want to play some more Star Ocean. And then I quickly ran into a problem because the remake has introduced the ability to like skip conversations and scenes and stuff. So I mean, I was blazing through a second game I got going offline. But the problem is I caught up with where I was during stream stupidly fast. Stupidly fast I caught up. And then I was like, well, I can't keep going. Like, I don't want to give a second reaction to, you know, the new areas and like what they've done to change. So I had to abandon ship, and I was like, damn it. It only took me 2 hours. Here, look, you can see my save file. Look, that's caught up with that one. That one took me 5 hours, and then I skipped all the scenes, and it only took me 2 hours. I was like, well, damn it. Took me so quick. I did start the second game as Claude, but I know all of the scenes for Claude, and like I know all of that. I was just like blazing through. How long is the game? Typically, well, I don't exactly know how long the remake will be, but what I can say, Phantom, is that I actually went and I checked how long it took me to go through the game previously, because I just recently played through this game, and I have all the VODs up still. And so I wanted to check how long it was because I didn't want to start it if it was going to be too tremendously long, because I still don't want it to bleed into my vacation in Australia. I don't want to abandon ship for a whole month while I have a game that, like, we would be nearing completion for the channel. That would be lame. And so I went and checked. Yes, playing the original, not the remake. Hi, Priestess. Man, it is a veritable who's who here today. Welcome, everybody. It's thrilling to see you all. And so I checked that, and it took me about 27 hours to play through the non-remake. So the thing that will likely elongate the remake, well, it might actually kind of break even. So with the remake, they easily show you where all of the private actions are. So, like, we will spend time going and seeing all of the side scenes because they alert you to the fact that they exist, and it's a lot easier to avoid missing them, which is awesome. Because the end of last time, we went through a whole 20-minute adventure of following Selena around as she almost got married to a douchebag prince, and I was like, what is happening? There's a whole thing. It, like, took 20 minutes. However, that being said, that will add time, but there's also fast travel, which saves a lot of time, because you would run around a lot trying to track down these private actions, whereas now we can just whoosh our way off to where we're going instantly and know where we need to go. So it might break even. I'm not sure if the environments are bigger. Like, we might spend some more time running around in dungeons because they might just be bigger than they used to be. I'm not really sure. There is fishing, and fishing didn't used to be a thing. So, I mean, that's a whole extra side activity to be done, for sure. On the other hand, of course, crafting, less time, more efficient, can skip the scene. So, you know, that cuts back on the time that we have to spend screwing around for the stupid crafting scenes. God damn, that took a lot of time before. What a pain in the ass. But no longer. Okay. So, ooh, look. They're green now. Do I auto-kill the green ones? No. There was a skill that said it would auto-kill the green ones. I'm gonna go check what that was. I'm curious. I wanna see that work. Because that's just a useful trick. Okay, so what was it that said it would auto-kill? That stops... Is it... Not survival. Scouting? No. So, from my understanding, it is available on consoles. I am not currently playing on console. I am playing on PC. But it is available on consoles, from my understanding. I know well, I say I know. I thought I saw it. Huh. Well, I suppose it's not that vital. I will simply avoid the green guys because they are easy and worth very little rewards. So currently we are traveling to a port to attempt to get onto a boat to the monster continent of L. That is, story-wise, what we are doing at this very moment. Because just before we grabbed Celine here, the mage that looks like she's wearing a shower curtain. But it's not a shower curtain. Though, seeing as she's like the sultry party member, I wouldn't be surprised if she would treat it like a shower curtain Okay. It's the bodyguard that does it. Somebody just killed that guy. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. How'd you do that? Hello? I didn't make you do that. Does it have to aggro? How did that happen? Get it. Nice. Free money. Anyway, so we just recruited Celine, largely because she's kind of the only mage that's going to be available to us in this playthrough. So we grabbed her, and now we are trying to get to L. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much a direct line. We came from the king, who was like, hey, you should mosey your way up to, I don't remember the town's name. I think it started with an E. Or maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't matter. Port town. Going to a port town to travel to the monster continent. Oh, two sudden statements. Have I skied or snowboarded? I have not, though I would like to at some point. It is not a lack of desire that has left me, never having skied or snowboarded. Merely a lack of opportunity, I suppose. And then we have... Nice job getting an apple pin replacement. I'm glad you're able to draw again. I know drawing can be very important to artists, and I'm sure it is very important to you. So I'm glad you can do that again. Phantom's coming stateside, eh? Are you coming to the States for business or pleasure, as they say? These fish. Yeah, so what you mentioned snowboarding's hard. Anybody who has done them, do you think that skiing or snowboarding is harder, and why? So I've done neither. I tried to water ski once. I was pretty small at the time though, so it didn't work out very well. I didn't have the leg muscle to pull it off. Or I guess maybe the arm muscle. Something wasn't working. We'll go with that. Okay, so... Hit me up, Priestess. What do you think? Which is harder? What the heck? Cross eel. So, Phantom, you've been told that skiing is easier. I feel like I've heard that as well. But I don't know. In my mind, it feels like it would be at least a challenge to keep your skis from, like, crossing and stuff. Okay, so Priestess skis, Sister snowboards. Okay, so I kind of wondered if that was the case. They're sort of a different, obviously a different body movement, and I guess maybe it depends on where your sort of natural balance and stuff lies. Maybe individuals find one easier than another. It's a monster. I've fished up rudeness. Well, that's fine. Not that big a deal. Yeah, I'd like to go skiing. So there were a few times that me and my wife sort of had the opportunity. We were like, oh, we could go skiing, such and such. We're pretty close to where we could ski. However, at the time, we didn't have health insurance. So my wife was like, you know what? we're not gonna go skiing without health insurance. We're not gonna go skiing without health insurance because, you know, it's not a no risk activity. Probably not like a super dangerous thing to do, but it's one of those things that if you bust your ass, you at least want to be able to go to the hospital. So we never took the opportunity when we had them to go. Can I get up here? No, I cannot. At some point, I do still want to get to skiing. It's not worth the cramps and the pain. I feel like it could be a good time. It's one of those things that I'd like to at least try, you know? Be ashamed to end up being like, I never did it, and, you know, just seems stupid, so I didn't even try. I'd at least give it a try to see if you like it. You know, as far as, I guess I'd say, unusual sports, my thing has always actually been rock climbing. I haven't done it in a really long time. When I was young, as well as when I was in college, I would do indoor rock climbing a lot. And I really liked that. Kayaking. So, broadly speaking, I like kayaking and canoeing and stuff. The problem with those is that a lot of times you end up out on, you know, like open water, and you're just like being constantly irradiated by the sun, right? Like that's my only issue with them. If you find yourself a nice place with like a lot of shade, a lot of trees, some really nice views, like that's the good stuff. But once you start like having to kayak or canoe over like open water to get where you're going, dude, like that's the worst. You're just like, I'm being melted. I'm being just obliterated by the sun. Oh, you know what? I think I left a chest back here. What it's gonna have to be a big ass hat to cover everything. See, so my dad was really big into fishing. So, like, my dad really liked fishing. It was never for me. Man, you are all so lucky with your whole, oh, I don't burn. I just, you bunch of assholes. I definitely burn. Me and Kappa both. We definitely burn. I was never really able to get into fishing. There's too much just, like, idle time sitting around not doing anything. I largely freshwater fishing. And like the thing is I get the fact that lots of people really enjoy the idle time, the relaxing nature of fishing, the like being outdoors and just, you know, enjoying yourself. I demand stimulation. As my visage might imply, I'm not one for lackadaisical sort of circumstances, even visually. I like my mental stimulation as I like my designs, which is overly complicated and constant. So, you know. Yeah, so on the subject of like fresh caught fish and like frying up that fish, now that stuff is good. A freaking fresh caught fish of any variety like cooked up fresh, however it be. Now that's nice. Oh, yeah, Phantom. Seasick is also a serious problem. Like, I have not been on the ocean for that sort of, like, saltwater fishing, so I haven't really had to deal with that, because I'm all right, like, lakes and rivers, and that's where we've always done our fishing. So, like, that's never been an issue, but, like, oh, I know it would be an issue if I were on the ocean. Ooh, boy. Yeah, paintballing's really fun. Boy, that's another one of those activities that I haven't done in freaking forever. Oh, work takes you out on the ocean. Ah, I see. Yeah, I would get seasick all the time. Well, I mean, like, I have to freaking take a Dramamine just for, every flight I take, which I occasionally have to take flights for work as well. Every time I do, gotta freaking pop a Dramamine, or else I'll get motion sick just on the damn plane. It's a real issue. Yeah, you know, paintballing is one of those activities that I was early. Damn it. Is one of those activities I feel like you do when you're younger, and then you stop doing it, but why? It could still be, like, really fun, but I haven't done it in forever. Biking, so here's the thing with me and biking. I actually really like bicycling, but what I don't like, is I don't like bicycling without a purpose. Like, just gallivanting about. I'm very annoyed that was a back attack while I was fishing. That's extremely rude. I don't really care for just, like, going out to bicycle with no intended purpose. I used to bicycle to and from work when I lived in Chicago. I really liked that, as it gave me, like, a total round trip of 7 miles of biking every day. And, like, it had a purpose, so I was really motivated to do it. Like, I was just like, yeah, that's my means of transportation. You know, I go out, I bike to work, have myself a good time, do the work, come home, you know, like, sort of decompress as I biked home. It was nice. I liked that a lot more than just kind of going out. Oh, 30 father and son duo of paintballing. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, see, that would have been me and my dad, except with fishing. My dad really wanted me to be into fishing. It never happened, but he tried. It wasn't for a lack of trying that I ended up not into fishing. That's just a me thing. Oh, I can't even get upstairs. Yeah, like, I occasion, honestly, the reality is that I should probably just get off my lazy ass and bicycle more. Because it would probably be the style of exercise I would be most inclined to do. How do we cook the fish? Typically, we would fry it. We would have a good old-fashioned American fish fry, baby. That's how we rolled. And, you know, with some, like, fresh catfish fried up with some of that good fish fry seasoning, man, it's good. It's good. It might not be fancy. It might not be sushi. But oh, baby, is it delicious. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Deep fry some okra with it. Saute some morel mushrooms while they're in season in just, like, piles of butter, salt and pepper. That's a good day. That's a good day. You don't like okra? Honestly, I don't think that is an unpopular opinion. I think okra is pretty divisive as far as, like, who likes it and who doesn't. I do like okra quite a bit. But I can really understand how people who have sort of strong... Yeah, exactly, Kappa. Strong feelings about the texture of the things they're eating. Like, I mean, okra is used as, like, a natural thickener for like, gumbo and stews and things. So, like, if you're... I mean, if you don't like just eating thickener, I could understand why, you know, maybe the texture's not for you. You know, speaking of disgusting thickeners and slimy things, so interestingly enough, we were watching a YouTube video of people eating things and then potentially having to eat disgusting things because I like watching people be tormented. But I digress. They mentioned thicket, which is something that I hadn't, like, thought about in many years. I don't know if anybody of you are familiar with thicket, but thicket is an additive for liquids in order to make it like a semi-solid. It's often used like medically because for some reason some people have like a no liquids diet, which is weird. I'm not exactly sure why, but like medically speaking, sometimes people have to go on a no liquids diet, and so if they have to get like drink something, they gotta throw thicket in it and turn it into like sludge. It's not great. That is for the thick water. And the only reason I bring it up is one, we were talking about okra, but I used to work in a hospital kitchen, like making patient trays and getting all that done and doing the dishes and stuff when I was really young. It was one of my earliest jobs, working in a freaking hospital kitchen. Oh, that would make sense, Kappa, if there's swallowing concerns. But I used to work hospital kitchen, and there were occasionally patient trays that had to deal with thicket, and so I became familiar with thicket and cleaning up like fluids that had been thickened with thicket, I guess is the appropriate way to say that. But I'm just gonna say thicketed. And you know, not the best. It's pretty gross. Surströmming, Phantom, I am familiar with surströmming. That is the like turbo smelly fermented like fish from one of the northern countries, the Finland or Sweden or something up there. I've never had it. I've never even come into contact with it. I have simply seen YouTube videos of people eating it and like kind of dying inside. So I don't know. All right, what do we got? Customize. Learn customization. I already did that. Learn writing. I did that. Learn art. Learn art. I did that. Use customization to make a flame sword. Cool. Use a kit in crafting to make a storm ring. Use art to make a portrait A. Use writing to make a walls of the soul. Someone who knows the skill mental science, use a fountain pen. Dude, this is kind of rad that they just give me a bunch of the shit I need for all of this stuff. Makes my life so much easier. Okay, so we needed an art. We need a painting. You're much better. Oh no, you need a portrait. We need a portrait. Right, we need a portrait A. You have done a self-portrait. That's fairly impressive. Is it usually a self-portrait? Is that how this works? Skip. No, that's Rena. Here, I think you're better at this, so. That's 2 more Renas. We're just raking them in. There's a portrait A. Okay. Let's see. Another one was customizing, right? We need to customize a longsword with the ruby, which will ideally get us a flame sword. Sick. Then we needed to write a Walls of the Soul. Boy, they really do a much better job of sort of introducing you to the idea of all of these crafting stuff. Learned customization, learned writing, learned art, used customization, used art, used writing, no more to report. Was that all of them? Where can I see my active missions? Okay, here we go. Storm Ring using the materials. Okay, so they provided the materials, which crafting, Storm Ring. Sick. Those are rad. We just made so much shit, and we have accomplished so many things. Okay, so now I can use this flame sword. Ooh, I even made it a flame sword plus. I don't know what the plus. Damn, that's good. Ooh, that's good. Hi, Whitney. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Man, what a good day. Everybody's rolling through. Such a delight. That's my favorite when everybody pops by. Ruby earring. Offers some protection, but also is not listed in doing anything. Holy crap, that's a huge attack loss from Ring of Sadness. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter for you. You don't need it. Inner Talisman. What the heck? These are like so good on stats. Yeah, apparently Tuesdays are the day. I don't know why, but fortunately Tuesdays are supposed to be one of my typical stream days, but you know, sometimes shit happens. Damn, that's a lot of hit points that adds. Okay. These accessories feel like they are more beneficial than they used to be. Like they're just better. I was already see agility and hit rate and hit points because why not, I guess. I mean, sure. I did hear about the Zelda movie. I don't know very much about the Zelda movie. I just saw that it's a thing that's happening, which is pretty cool. I hope that it gets... So here's the thing. So I haven't yet seen the new Mario movie. But from what I've heard and what I understand, the new Mario movie was fairly, like, childish. It was a movie that was largely for children, likely could be enjoyed by adults, but it had a clear target towards children. I am hoping that Zelda as a movie will be allowed to skew more adult, because I feel like more than Mario, despite adults still playing Mario, I feel like Mario has, like, stayed as a character and as a game, also true to its sort of childhood game roots. Zelda, I feel like, really has maybe grown up a little with the people playing it. And, like, I feel like it's more of a... I don't even want to call it, like, an adult-oriented game, because, like, that has implications. That's not what we're saying. Although, you know, I've been on Twitter. I've seen the artwork, but that's not what we're talking about. It's still, like... It has a lot more appeal to an adult audience than Mario necessarily does. I feel like Mario largely pulls in adults due to nostalgia, right? Like, I don't think there's too many adults that didn't grow up playing Mario that see a new Mario game come out and they're like, that's the game for me. But Zelda, I feel like that is true for. Like, people can be an adult who never played Zelda games and be like, you know what? That's piqued my interest. And so I hope that they carry that into the movie, because I would hate to see all of Nintendo's movies be really childish, because that would kind of be lame. I want them to not be childish and lame. I want some good-ass movies coming out of Nintendo, right? Hopefully with, as Whitney mentioned, like, the director who's involved. I feel like with Spider-Man and Venom, if you take that as sort of a broad template, those aren't adult movies, but they're movies that I feel like almost anybody can enjoy. And so I'm hoping that will sort of give us indication that we're potentially in good shape on the Nintendo movies. None of this stuff is good, except for these. Maybe. I guess we'll go ahead and buy those. Yes. Yeah, certainly interesting. I would love to see a freaking Metroid movie, man. If you want to talk about, like, game franchises that feel like they would be well suited to a movie, man, Metroid is, like, way up there on the list. I would love to see a big screen Samus. Oh man, that would be excellent. Unless they screwed it up. But probably excellent. Excellent in theory. This town feels really weirdly shaped compared to what it once was before the remake. I'm kind of wandering around weirdly because this place is not shaped like I expected it to be. It's kind of weird because I'm used to so many load screens to go from area to area of a town, and it's not like a thing anymore. You just come in, and now we're much less top down in our view, and we're like looking across the town instead of down into the town, and it's kind of weirding me out. I'm actually kind of trying to think if it is actually shaped the same way, and it's just a matter of perspective, because we are looking into the town as opposed to looking down into the town. So I'm reimagining what this looked like in the original game, and like you look down because you come in like at the top right. As far as I am aware, Whitney, there is not. I'm not sure if the first Star Ocean ever had an official English release, actually. Hold on. I'm trying to think if that eventually happened. Now I'm going to check the internet because I'm actually really curious. Star Ocean 1 English. I think it might have only ever gotten a fan translation. Wait, hold on. First departure R. Okay, so it did. It looks like it did get a remake. First departure R for the PlayStation 4. The original Super Famicom release came out in 1996. First departure on the PlayStation Portable. Still only in Japan. English version of First Departure... Okay, so it did. It eventually did. It was on the PlayStation Portable, which... not exactly promising for financial success. PlayStation Portable did not do all that well monetarily, nor did the Vita, despite them being interesting, promising consoles. It's fine. So it did. The thing about those are, it's pretty widely, like, recognized that the best Star Ocean game is this one. This is known to be the best Star Ocean. There are some others that are still solid. They have not managed to sort of recapture the magic of Star Ocean 2 in any of the other Star Oceans. I will say, this so far has been a tremendously promising remake, like possibly to be considered like the sort of definitive playing experience of this particular game, which of course is exciting, because, I mean, it started out as an excellent game, and now they've just added quality of life things, which is great. Also, I just noticed, what the hell button was that? What? Oh, it was this button. Oh, hey, I have some private actions that I should do. Harley is not time sensitive, so let's switch. Let's do some private actions. Oh, we're hanging out over here. I believe it switched the language on me. I switched the language for the other save file, and apparently it is not save file dependent. Hold on, can I... Alright, it's fine. Residents of Kuruk, you must oh, Kuruk is the town. Leave this town at once. A great storm of destruction is on its way towards Kuruk at this very moment. I didn't know that person was a lady. They didn't have a voice, and they didn't have a close-up character shot in the last game. I didn't know it was a lady. Thought it was a long-haired dude. Claude, what's going on? Hey there, Reina. This woman was just shouting some nonsense. Some kind of doomsayer or whatever. You know how they are. She's claiming that Kuruk is about to be completely destroyed, and the only way to survive is to get out of town right now. Well, that's silly. How could that possibly happen? There is still time to act. Please, you must begin evacuating at once. There's not much time left. I beg you. Please, you must believe me. I feel like in my head, I'm trying to give her, like, an old-timey, doomsayer voice, but clearly she's supposed to be depicted as more authentic and genuine about her calls to action, but I just hear, you know, like, oh, there's not much time left. I beg you, please, you must believe me. Flee! For the wrath of God shall strike! You know, that sort of thing. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Thanks, boyfriend. Nameless boyfriend. Poor girl, something must have gone loose in her head. Alright, hold on, I gotta fix the audio. Language. Voice. Language settings, there we go. Flee! Yeah. You select your... Well, yes, that's fine. English is fine. Okay. I do like that they just let you switch the language on the fly. A lot of them require you to, like, back out, come back, and all that nonsense. Okay. Private action accomplished. So, I will. This is a perfect opportunity to point out an unintended consequence of quality of life improvements. So this is something that I have recognized in. I mean, I've played freaking games for 30 years now. I've played all the games from freaking beginning to now, and it's interesting how I've observed this sort of unintended consequence of improving the quality of life. And in this particular instance, for example, right, the fact that they are now showing on the mini-map all of the little things like, you know, here's your private actions, here's an indicator for quests, and all of those things, there's this unfortunate side effect of that, which happens in all games that do that, where you stop talking to anybody that's not labeled. At least I find myself falling into that trap constantly. And it's actually, once you get accustomed to that change with newer games, I find it really hard to adapt back and try to talk to more people. I noticed that I was having trouble with that when I was playing Starfield, actually. You know, back when Starfield first came out, and it was still fun. Starfield, being a Bethesda game, still sort of gives you a lot of quests just by talking to random people. Granted, Starfield has its own issues, and I think there's a lot of things it could do better, but that's beside the point. The result, though, I found was because I've been so sort of accustomed to these map markers, common indicators of quests and things, it was just like I would just bypass all of these people and just miss quests. I've probably missed a lot of things because it's just like, well, I know you're not important, I know you're not important, I know you're not important, and whether I was wrong or not, you end up sort of trained on this idea that if something's important, it will indicate to me and I will then go talk to them, which is of course a shame in some ways. One, it is nice because I mean it can be a time saver. A lot of times, you know, how many useless conversations are had in games if you don't have that indicator. However, it does diminish the sort of immersion and world building. The world feels a lot flatter when this happens and you do this. And it's an unfortunate sort of unintended side effect of these quality of life things where you just stop talking to things that aren't there. And it impacts the quality of what you perceive the world as, because you're not getting these little side conversations. You're not, exploring everywhere, all of that. You just beeline for the quests. MMOs, right? I mean, they were the progenitor of this, where it's everybody of value has a freaking exclamation mark over your head. You do not need to talk to literally anybody else. All of those NPCs are meaningless randos. Don't worry about them. And it's yeah, it's convenient, but it's not much of a world. And that's kind of an unexpected and unfortunate trade-off. That's all. I have no prescriptive statement at the end of that as far as we should go back to the old way or whatever, because I don't know, it's a lot of work to talk to everybody. It's just an observation I have. You getting on? Need to see a permit, please.
Do you mean this?
Oh, they have a voice. I don't need to read it now.
Wow,
Do you
I'll
mean
be damned. You
this?
actually got a real travel permit.
They're so haughtily. Travel permit. I've got one of those. I'm important. We talk to the king.
Well,
You're just some
we
doofy
received it from
captain.
the king himself.
Oh, yep, okay. That she is actually doing that. Well, naturally.
Wow, I would have never guessed from the way you look.
Oh, shade, my man. Ooh, boy, he's getting his counterattacks in.
So when is this ship departing?
Nobody's going to address that? Not even a little bit? Like, what do you mean by that, asshole?
We'll be shoving off whenever they finish loading.
How can you even tell? You have a freaking eye patch. You have no depth perception. You don't know what we look like, you dumbass.
Oh, not too long then.
I can't be too sure of that. Tell you what, we'll wait up for you. So why don't you come back later? You know, poke
Why would they
around
do
town
that?
a bit.
I'm like, we were in a bit of a verbal bout with a ship captain. All right. We said we're great because we talked to the king. He said, "Boy, you look pretty lame to be talking to the king." And then I insulted his eyeballs because he only has one.
Okay.
You know, a regular Tuesday, fighting with ship captains, as you do. So this is,
We have some free time before they depart. How about we have a sit
I
on the
have been
bench and get
enjoying
some
things,
rest?
so I'm like, this sequence in this game, has always annoyed me. And I think maybe it didn't annoy me initially, but every time I return to it, it starts to annoy me. I think largely because it's such a trope in like RPGs and games, but I feel like this might have been at least a little bit before it was quite so common a trope. So I got to give it a little bit of a pass, but also it's very annoying, and you'll see here in a moment. Oh, look. Oh, yeah, no worries, Famlick.
He just came out of nowhere. Are you all right, Reina?
Yeah, I'm fine.
He just came out of nowhere.
Celine just said that. We don't need it twice, Claude.
That was really rude of him. He could have at least apologized.
Huh?
And there it is.
What's wrong, Reina?
I can't find my wallet anywhere.
Well, I hope it helps, Famlick. Oh, look, we've been pickpocketed.
What?
The old stupid child has pickpocketed the main
Are you
character
serious?
thing. Always annoys me. It's one of those things that I think a big part of why these sorts of sequences annoy me so much is one, because like it's just this annoyance that's like so far out of your control, right? Like these style of RPG are not like a tabletop role-playing game, right? You don't have control and choice over lots of things. You're just going through a storyline. There's nothing wrong with that. But when they, like, stupid kid runs into you, steals your shit, wanders off, and then you just have to, like, cope with your characters being stupid or useless or whatever, when it's like, I don't know, protect your shit better, guys. Please? Like, could you do better?
I don't know. I might have dropped it somewhere.
Are you serious?
If that kid was behind it, we will
Obviously, the
definitely need to
kid
teach
stole
him a
your
lesson.
shit
We need to find that kid first.
and beat
What
the
did he
shit
look like
out of
again?
him. Exactly, Fumlick. It's like, it's those little situations that it's like, okay, I get it, but also, I don't want to deal with it this
He was
way,
pretty
and now
small,
I'm
and I
annoyed.
think he had blue hair.
That sounds about right to me.
All right, let's have a look around town.
Well, especially when I don't actually get a choice in, like, how to deal with the kid, which you'll see, you know, towards the end. It's a very, you know, like, JRPG style, like, well, obviously we're gonna forgive and forget, and, you know, oh, we're gonna end up helping. Like, nah, bro. Freaking throw that kid into the harbor. Kettle is usually playing by himself near the bar. Yeah, it's the whole like, oh no, the kid was just lonely arc, where we're like, okay, give us the money back and we'll forgive you. We'll even help you make friends. All that bullshit when all I want to do is throw the kid into the harbor.
Ha! Finally got you.
I will say, the remake's a lot less annoying because it shows you where you need to go and who you need to talk to. Under normal circumstances, you're just like running around town trying to figure out like where he went and what the exact trigger is to like proceed with the quest chain. That's a little bit annoying. This is not as annoying because it's like go talk to them and then just wander back here and you're good to go.
What are you doing?
It's much quicker to deal with. So I think maybe I wasn't the only one annoyed with this sequence. As far as like quality of life, they're like, let's just tighten that up. We'll just shorten it up. Nobody cares about the kid.
What are you talking about? I didn't steal no wallet.
Well, time to stuff him in those barrels we're next to. Come on, kid.
Really now?
You live here now. Cram him in there, right through the bunghole.
Claude.
Shut up, Raina.
It's
Also,
okay if you
technically
don't know
me,
what
this
we're talking
playthrough.
about, but if you do know something about it, it would be really nice of you if you can tell us, okay? You know, if we don't have any money, then we'll be stuck here and we won't be able to continue our journey. You haven't seen any wallets lying around on the ground or anything, have you?
And also, while I recognize that this is a better parenting process or whatever, you know, you explain that blah, blah, blah. I don't have kids. I don't plan to have kids. Yeet that kid into the harbor. This is why, because I just want to yeet the kid into the harbor.
Whoa, you're traveling? But you didn't have enough money in your...
So it was you.
Was you? Cut him down.
Don't scare him like that, Claude.
Absolutely scare him like that. Freaking show him who's boss.
Listen, we aren't angry at you, okay? Just tell us what you were gonna do with the money.
What were you gonna do with the money?
Was there something you wanted to buy?
Better not be hookers and blow, you dumb kid.
I can get anything I want already.
Including the hookers and blow, yeah, okay.
So why then? I just wanted to play a trick on you.
I just wanted to feel something.
Huh? I'm not some rich kid, okay? I'm a
Get outta
big
here.
macho sailor and I can do anything I want. Guess I showed you, didn't I?
Oh yeah, into the harbor he goes. This is the other reason. This kid is so annoying. Okay, all right.
That's why you stole the wallet?
That's it.
Nobody ever wants to play with
Oh.
me. They think I'm
Hello
too
there,
rich and stuck up to be
Bessie
with
Ol?
them.
Welcome, welcome. Man. Straight fumbling. Straight into the harbor. No bagels. I mean, sure, no bagels, but I would love to throw things. And I would love nothing more than to throw things at the child. Is that all? Is what all I've got? Here, I've got a... If you're asking about the model, I've got a button for that. Hold on, there you go. The old model demo. Howdy. All right, proceeding with the dumb kid. Oh, brother.
Well, now I understand.
Do we? He's
So,
a spoiled,
what are we
irritating
going to do
kid.
with
That
this
is
book?
correct. No legs. Legs are for chumps.
How about we get her wallet back for starters?
Give me that
Here.
freaking...
I'm sorry.
Now, what next?
I am glad you like them, Kappa. I was quite proud of my ability to bring them over into YouTube. Oh, bro. That is not how you ingratiate yourself with a channel, my dude. You don't show up and ask if there's anything interesting in the content.
I know. Why don't you guide us around Kuruk until our ship departs? I promise we
Why
won't
don't
tell
you
them.
bring some interesting content then, huh? If you find yourself so interesting.
Huh?
We're new in town, so we'd like someone who knows this place well to show us around. You know what I mean?
You're fortunate I'm in a good mood. I didn't immediately ban your ass. Ah. Kappa's in less of a good mood, it looks like. Yeah. Rip.
Good idea, Claude.
Need I remind you about sparing the rod?
I respect that choice. Nah. Just something lame ass about, you know, oh, an interesting model, but nothing interesting in content. Which, to be fair, may have simply been, you know, a shittily phrased question, but sure was a shittily phrased question.
So you want me to be your tour guide? Could you? Sure, I'll do
And all
it.
this time, we're still
Sounds like
freaking stuck
fun.
talking to little Timmy. You know, speaking of throwing people into the harbor, we might not be able to throw little Timmy, but we can toss the rude interlopers into the harbor on occasion.
My name's Reina. What's yours? Kettle.
And my name is Celine.
So for everybody else, let's do a little bit of chatter 101. Yeah. When you show up, don't be an ass. Don't imply that the stream is boring. Don't comment about how you're going to go watch somebody else, because this is lame. Don't generally ask overly personal questions, you know. Don't be a jackass. That's where we're at. Don't do that. Thanks for coming to my TED
Good to
Talk.
meet
All right, off we go then.
You got it. Leave it to me.
It shouldn't be that hard. I do understand that there are the occasional honest mistake,
Did you feel that?
which, you know, being in a broadly good mood, I was willing to extend, and, you know, well, honestly, if it went worse, I was just going to be meaner in the long run. But you know what? Hey, that's where we were at, all right? People are not beyond redemption. I give people a chance.
Me? Not really.
Unless I'm in a bad mood, and then they just get yeeted.
What is it, Kettle?
They call this place Fountain Square. Bet you didn't know that.
Yep, into the harbor. Oh God, you know what? I really wish I knew,
Well,
like an animator,
this.
because I would love to have some like custom animations for alerts and events and things. Good God, would I love to have an animation for if somebody had to get banned or timed out, and just actually have an animation of like somebody being thrown into orbit or into the harbor. That'd be so funny to me. God, I would love that. Why don't anybody have an animation for when people get banned or timed out? That's what I want. That's what I want. And also, I think my bot could... Oh, I see, you've discovered the launch. Ouch. Well, I'm back. Yeah, as it turns out, we only have a launch for me and not the yahoos that we ban. It is regrettable. But yeah, I have added some redeems that I didn't even have over on Twitch. So we are progressing towards the future. Mostly because I can actually integrate the bot into directly into my model, which allows me to do a lot more of the stuff like that, which is amusing to me.
Wow, how nice. Do you play with your friends here, Kettle?
Honestly, I really should add the hair and the wings as toggles to just be turned on for a huzzah! Huzzah! For some reason that usually happens twice. I don't know why Chatbits really likes a good old second huzzah, but he really does. I might have to check the bot because I might have made an error when I wrote that command, but honestly, it's kind of funny that Chatbit just gets overly excited and he always gives a second huzzah right now. He's just really enthusiastic, all right? We can't blame Chatbit for being a little bit excited.
Well, anyway, that's Fountain Square. Let's go hit up some of those shops.
Chatbit loves some confetti, man. That's okay. Oh yeah. There's the second one. That's fine. That's what the redeems are for. That is what the redeems are for. Would you like some delicious ice cream? Hey, Reno, let's have some ice cream. Ah, I see you have recovered from your timeout. And you didn't leave. You know, I respect that. I'll buy you some damn ice cream, you dumb kid. It's true, Kappa. You have been incapacitated for an extended period of time. Don't worry about it. Hope you like orange. Orange ice cream? That's a weird one. It's cold and delicious. Like orange sherbet, I feel like is common. Are there many ice creams, like ice cream creams? Creams? Cream ice creams. That's the more appropriate way to say it. Well, yes, but that's because you were in timeout. You are continuing to not be particularly ingratiating, you realize. Bessial, you're sort of implying all you're here to do is push my buttons, which not a particularly appealing trait. How about some crepes? Crepes and ice cream. Raina, let's have some crepes. Sure. I'll buy you some crepes, too. I don't know how much money I'm actually spending. Better not be hundreds. Doggo over here grumbling for no damn reason. Oh! Okay. Well... Oh, we know where that's going. You're not entitled to the channel, my dude. Bye. Fuck off, loser. Later. All right. Don't worry about it. In fact, consider it a treat for me. Thanks, Raina. Delicious. Yeah. To space he goes. I'm not gonna lie, though. That attitude does amuse me because it's like... they're so lame. Like, it's so lame. I see them all the time on Twitter. That attitude of, like, you have to earn my respect. It's like, bro, you're just not that special. You're not. I don't need you. I don't need your little attitude cruising around. He even had frickin'... what really is funny, he had the CH at the end of the name, which usually means he's an actual YouTube channel trying to content create. Bro, you're such a loser. I hope your channel is just devoid of individuals, because you're a loser. Like, it just... nobody acts like that. And if they do, nobody likes you. Bye.
Okay.
Just don't be that way.
Hey kids.
Oh, of course they do. They it's important to their you know, self-perspective that everybody else be losers. Otherwise, they have to deal with the fact that they're not liked. Like, it's okay to be... like, they feel like it's okay to not be liked as long as everybody else is a loser. That's the perspective. So it's important to them that everybody else is a loser. But everybody that's not actually a loser just sees that they're kind of a loser, and they should maybe just shape up and not be such a dumbass. Like, it's that easy. You wouldn't be a loser if you just stop being a dumbass. It's that easy. Just don't be a dumbass. Anyway. You know, it's actually almost exciting, because it's been a really long time since I've had a legit dumbass in chat, and it's kind of a treat, honestly. It's been a long time. Hey kids, would you mind playing with Kettle for a while?
Kettle? Oh, man.
Ah, man. Back to the annoying children. After we have thrown one annoying child into the ocean. Now back to these ones in-game that I don't have control over.
I don't want to play with some rich kid.
Yeah, it makes you feel alive.
Oh, come on. That's no reason to say no.
But that's what my mom told me. She said, don't play with that rich kid.
Man, Tuesdays are wild out here. Everybody be showing up. And I mean everybody, apparently. We got the good and bad.
But what does being rich have to do with who you play with?
Kettle's been wanting to play with all of you for a long time. Don't you think that's what's important?
I've been so distracted from these dumb kids.
You really want to play with us?
That's true. If I'm like, you are in the future. Well, it's always on a Wednesday? Yeah, well, yes.
Yeah, I do.
You know what? I blame Australian Wednesdays. Tuesdays would be fine if only it weren't Wednesday in Australia. That's the problem. That's what's bringing out the crazies.
Then let's be friends. I always wanted to play with you, too.
That voice did...
Kind of wondering what you were like too, Kettle.
These voices are acceptably childish, but not quite on it.
Well, great. Come on, Kettle. Go have some fun with them.
You know what? You know what's going to be a fun experiment? Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the details yet. I'm kind of curious. Ooh, I might not be able to see because we're ongoing. Content. Can I see it? Ah! Surprisingly, we don't have a thumbs down on the stream. I don't know if banning somebody negates their unlikes as well, but I was really curious to see if I could see that we have a dislike. If they felt the need to get that one dislike out on the way to the door. As it would seem, I can't tell if they tried. You know what's actually really funny, though? Is that as far as I know, banning on YouTube is simply hiding them, so they could still be hate watching right now. Hi. If you're hate watching, hi. Anyway.
Well, great.
I'm amusing myself too much. Mostly because I don't want to have to deal with these stupid children. Let's go.
Don't worry about
Come on.
us.
Back to the game.
Kettle, over here! Ha yeah!
It's nice seeing children play together, isn't it?
Hey, that's fair, Fum. Like, I'm not a particular fan of disrespect myself. Unless, you know, you show yourself deserving of disrespect. I guess that's the fundamental difference, right? Like, I don't make people earn respect, but they can very quickly earn some disrespect. They get a baseline to start with. And if you just piss that away, I will no longer be nice. Not even a little bit.
I didn't realize you had a gentle side to you, Claude.
Actually, I'm more than a little surprised myself.
Anyway, we'd better get back to the business at hand.
Man, they just low-key calling Claude an asshole over here. What? You can be nice? What? Remarkable.
Shall we get going?
Doggo. Stop grumbling. I know that the back door is open. This damn dog over here, he could just freaking go wherever he wants. Just laying there making noises at me. Oh, speaking of doggo making noises, I have re-added the old doggo command to mark when doggo makes noise. You're not wrong. Every once in a while,
You again.
I do
think we're
want
about
me
to
some
show
blood.
off.
Oh, really?
Yep, sorry to keep you waiting. I got one more piece of cargo to load up, so if you got anything to buy...
Sadly,
or
doggo
check
counter
one
is
last
back at
time,
1.
go do
I don't know what
now.
it was at previously, but it is at 1.
All right.
Also, clearly I forgot to add the parentheses for time. But, you know, that's fine. I mean, he will not be heard on stream, so you will not have to add to doggo
Did
counter.
you feel that?
The old harbor cleaner. Oh man, this would have been such a good inside joke for me to move into using as stream titles if I were playing Dredge. Sadly, I already played Dredge, but freaking jokes about having to clean the harbor in Dredge, that would have been golden. That's true. He could be heard on your stream, I suppose. It won't, of course, the doggo counter won't actually work, simply because, you know, I actually have to have the bot running. Holy crap! This earthquake is way more significant than it was in the first time, the original game. What the damn hell?
We better find higher ground.
Running. Oh, I actually have to cross this tough terrain. Run, lady! Yeah, right? This is much more significant. Also, I don't think higher ground is the correct choice in an earthquake. Like, that's not... Wait, what happened to the boat? What? The boat should be fine. Hello? Yeah, like a good sturdy... Well, I mean, I would say a good sturdy building is the goal, but all of the buildings were falling into the harbor, which still doesn't make me feel particularly confident about this slightly raised hill. Hey, Kettle.
Kettle, you're all right.
Hey, lady!
Hey, lady.
Where are your friends?
I could only find one of them.
Oh.
Well, rip.
What about your mother? Is she safe?
The lady of the house was out of town when the earthquake struck. She should be fine.
That's good
Thanks.
to hear.
Thanks, housekeeper.
Hey, lady!
I don't know why it's cracking me up that he just keeps saying, hey, lady, over and over and over again. How have we not addressed this yet? Hey, lady. Wow.
Yes.
Stop calling me that.
I'm glad you're okay, too.
Well, thanks,
Well,
kid.
Thank you.
Or doggo's over here coughing up a lung. What'd you get for licking your paws earlier, stupid? Gotta cough up hairballs. Don't whine at me.
Oh, thank heavens you're safe, Captain.
I'm judging you, dog.
Yeah, nothing short of a miracle, actually. But my
Freaking dog,
crew's
man.
gone.
Over here
Save for
whining
that
at me when
guy
he could
over
just
there.
go outside.
That was quite a shock.
I do have a
to say.
doggo.
That bizarre wind and then that horrible rumbling.
Is Mayo in it? How is Mayo an instrument related to Hey Lady? I know that meme, but I guess I don't know it well enough to relate it to Hey Lady. I mean, it could, of course, also just be a random brain connection that you're working with, because you know what? It do be that way sometimes.
So what are you gonna do now?
A whole
But it is, of
lot
course, equally
nothing
as
is
likely
what
that I'm
gonna
missing
do.
something.
Can't do much without a ship.
I think the ship should have been
Let me
fine.
give you a word of advice, though. You know I'm not the only way to get to L, right?
You're not?
Nope. First off, let me give you your royal travel permit back.
Yeah, give me that damn permit back, you jerk.
Now take that
Shouldn't have kept it
permit
in the
with you
first
to
place.
Liqueur continent. If you ask the king over there nicely, I bet he can arrange for a ship to take you to L.
Liqueur.
Kind of
Liquor?
out of your way, I know. But if you ask me, that's your best bet. You'll need to go through Harley first, though. That's a port city on the eastern edge of
Harley
Cross.
first.
To Harley first, then.
You'll know you're going the right way if you see a village called Mars. Kuruk's kind of out of the picture.
We're gonna end up on
so
Mars.
is gonna be the
That's
best place
way
to
out of the
stock
way.
up and get a good night's sleep before the voyage.
Mars. Okay.
You still seriously want to go to L after all this? You guys must be crazy.
The chef, I don't know. I mean, there were some restaurants in the town. He's just chilling there. He's real upset, as can be indicated by his squirrely little lines. Interesting, actually. I'm surprised a little bit that they didn't. So in the first, I say the first game, in the original game, when you when there's the earthquake, they actually have a pre-rendered cutscene of also a tsunami that comes in after the earthquake, as, you know, happens with earthquakes. But this one didn't really show that. They just... all of the land fell into the sea. I was kind of just waiting and expecting the tsunami. It just didn't really happen. Because without the tsunami, it doesn't make any sense that that ship sunk, because ship should be fine. With, you know, an earthquake. Hey, man. If you talk to Italians, man, some lost pasta or broken pasta, they get real upset about that. It's very important to them. It does make for some funny TikToks, though. Got the various Italians reacting to pasta crimes and such in various ways. I like those TikToks. They're funny. They amuse me. You know, I could probably fast travel. I now realize. But that's fine. We'll hoof it. We're halfway there anyway. Yeah, they really hate it when you split spaghetti. I don't quite understand it, but, you know, that's fine. I do love pasta, though. Pineapple on pizza. You can just throw in a grenade like that into chat. Unbelievable. I personally am not crazy about pineapple on pizza. I don't find it, like, disgusting by any means. It's not my go-to, though. I don't feel so passionate about it as to go to war as so many do, but it's not my go-to. Go to Olive Garden. Let me just roll up with an Olive Garden background. I accidentally walked into the place I was supposed to be. I was going to look around, and here I am. I got distracted thinking about Olive Garden. The pineapple and the cheese, you know, that's fair. I can see that. The thing about the pineapple on pizza is that, like, it has a, like, origin in being sort of meaningful, because it was usually like the Hawaiian pizza, right, with pineapple and ham. And the point was you'd have fresh pineapples with the ham, because the acids and enzymes in pineapple actually start to sort of pre-digest ham, essentially, because if you eat fresh pineapple, the pineapple also tries to digest you. It's a weird thing. It's full of enzymes that are, like, digestive. But it can, like, tenderize stuff. And so you'd have the pineapple with ham, and then you'd like tenderize and soften the ham, and like that was a thing. The problem is, of course, when you get Hawaiian pizza like anywhere that is not like Hawaii or coastal or, you know, places that grow pineapples, you don't get fresh pineapples, you get canned shit, and then it's like, eh. It's like, eh. So it's, at that point, it's like it's kind of missing the core element and the core point of that particular topping combination. So I'm like, it's whatever.
Is this your mother, Celine?
Yes, I grew up in this village.
So my issue with Olive Garden, right? Like, Olive Garden is pretty good. My issue with Olive Garden is that it's like overpriced. That's the thing that gets me. Soup salad breadsticks, those are okay. We'll roll with that. But like getting pasta at Olive Garden, and honestly, getting pasta at most places that are not like real Italian, like making noodles and stuff, because like, you know, they're not making fresh noodles in the back of the Olive Garden, right? They're not doing that. Them some packaged noodles. And at that point, like, I've been to the store. I bet you've been to the store. You've seen the price of noodles. They're like, okay, I was going to say they're like 50 cents, but they're not 50 cents anymore. Inflation happened. Corporate greed happened. Now they're like $2. So, like, it's like $2 on to like buy some pasta. And you go to freaking Olive Garden and they charge you like freaking $30 for like pasta. And it's like, why have you done this? You have freaking destroyed me. It's like, you've screwed me. But that being said, the soup salad breadsticks, that's the good stuff. Also appropriately priced. Well, you see, ultimately, though, the challenge, Whitney, is that I do not exist in the material plane. That would cause a challenge in getting to the Olive Garden together.
Huh. I didn't know Celine was born in Mars.
Soup salad breadstick, that's the good stuff.
Have a seat, though, as we were just about to begin.
Oh yeah, look, it's Diaz. We don't know it's Diaz yet, but I know it's Diaz. It's Diaz.
Elder, we are still unaware of the events.
We're gonna
that
learn
led
it's
to this
Diaz. Well,
situation.
technically, Rena would
Would you
know that it's
kindly fill us
Diaz.
in?
I know, Whitney. It's always the way of it. So we should be able to go back and get Ashton now as soon as we make it to Harley. So after we go through this little excursion, we'll get to Harley. Honestly, I probably could have gone and done that first. I might still be able to. Go to Harley. I need to talk to a couple people on the dock, and then we can go back and get Ashton.
Please allow me to explain.
Yes, Father.
Sometime last evening,
I'm excited to get Ashton,
every
a new
child
fighter.
in the village simply vanished. As
Tired
if
of playing
they were
Claude.
robbed out of existence. As we scrambled to form a search party, this man here came back from the Forest of Symbols with a disturbing message.
A few small pretzels. Is the pretzels an important part of the pineapple on pizza experience? Also, what kind of pretzels are we talking? Are we talking the dry, crusty pretzels or the bretzels? The bretzels are where it's at. That's what I'm for.
I was by myself in the forest at the
Fumlick, I have never gotten the opportunity. Good. Bretzels. Good. We are in agreement. I've never had like a fresh pineapple with ham. mostly because I've never thought to, like, do that myself at home. So I am distinguishing between pretzel with a P, being those dry, crusty-ass things you get in a bag, and a bretzel is the sort of pretzel that's appropriately baked and, you know, coated and boiled in lye or whatever to give it the nice... It's the bread. It's a bread pretzel. Bretzel.
Our boss has your children. If you
Correct.
want them back,
Bretzel
bring us
equals soft
500,000
pretzel.
foal and the secret book.
What's this secret book he's talking about?
Lost his pretzel. Who loses a pretzel? The mysterious pretzel. Dude, pretzels are where it's at. I love that shit. You know what else is really good on the subject of baked things? Well, I guess technically not baked. Freaking funnel cake, baby. Hold on. Hold on. We got an Australian in the chat. You might not know what a funnel cake is. Funnel cakes are probably really American. Do you know what a funnel cake is? I'll just continue the conversation in the back as we talk about freaking funnel cakes. Oh, yeah! So funnel cakes. Funnel cakes are, I guess, a sort of like a waffle or a pancake batter, like crammed up into a... It's not a literal cake. So you take like a pancake batter or waffle batter, like a sweetened batter like that, and you load it up into like a piping bag with a small tip, so like a little tip. Dude, we're so distracted. It's fine. That's how we roll. You cram it into like a piping bag, and you get yourself a freaking deep fat fryer, baby. So you take your piping bag and you'll actually pipe the batter directly into the fryer and sort of like move it around in something of like a bird's nest shape, and it hits there and it deep fries, and then, you know, you give it a quick fry, you freaking take that bad boy out, you throw it on a plate, and you have like a bird's nest of like fried pancake battery guy. You slather on some like powdered sugar, or you can top it with like cake. Yeah, funnel cake is exactly what we're talking about, baby. Cover it with like pie fillings, like maybe some cherries or apples for pie filling, chocolate syrup. It's kind of like, in function, it's a little bit like an American crepe, in spirit, if you will. It's like, it's not a thing that you use to wrap. It's not something you would wrap, but like, the things that you put on it are a lot like what you might put in a crepe, but it's like a fried, thing that you can top with the same sorts of things you might top into a crepe. Although crepes will let you go a little bit more, a little more savory than a funnel cake typically does. So elephant ears are functionally the same as far as like the batter you use and the fact that it's deep fried, except it doesn't turn into like a bird's nest of stuff, but instead it ends up just in a giant sheet, much like an elephant ear. That's the difference. The batters are different between an elephant ear and a funnel cake. I always perceived them as like the same damn thing, to be honest. Like, in my head, they were the same thing in a different shape. Hold on. Elephant ears are definitely not flaky pie crust. What? No way. No way. No way. Hold on. Is my memory like fabricating things? Hold on a second. I'm looking it up. I'm on the internet. Yeah, see, Whitney's on the same board. Like, I thought they were the same damn thing. No, show me actual freaking fair food, bro. Stop trying to give me recipes. Show me that deep fried shit. No, see, like... Hold on a second. Tab. I don't know, by a visual inspection, I feel like they're the same damn thing. Hold on. Over to the desktop. Look. My dome's in the way. See? So this is a funnel cake that's maybe too zoomed in. Why was I so zoomed in? Like funnel cake? Elephant ear. Like, from a visual inspection, those look the same. They look the same to me. I don't know. To be fair, though, I have had a funnel cake dramatically more recently than I have had an elephant ear. So... like, I could be wrong. I will certainly admit that it's entirely possible that I am incorrect about my, oh God. Get out of here. My assessment of,
when we heard this...
of, you know, funnel cakes versus elephant ears. It could be the truth. I just, like, it was one of those moments where my, like, core long-standing memories of elephant ears was like called into question because it was like, nah, it's like pie dough, and I was like, what? That's a lie. You know what that means is I just got to go get myself an elephant ear at some kind of a fair at some point. I got to get my ass to somewhere that serves elephant ears. That's what that means. I gotta freaking test it with my mouth.
Repulsing the wicked and evil-hearted. If they have broken through that barrier, then we must face a dire reality. Our enemy is more powerful than any that has come before.
But the children, are they safe?
Ooh boy, we have been so distracted today. I'm not complaining, because this is fun, but boy, have we not made much progress. We got to get our asses in gear here.
According to a
Let's freaking go, Jesus.
The children are
we got to at least
get
to Ashton.
Inside the forest. He said that until we fulfill their demands, they'll stay exactly where they are. We don't know anything else about the children.
The Forest of Symbols is a special training ground for us symbologists. Furthermore, its landscape and terrain make it a natural fortress difficult to penetrate.
So, you know, Fumlick, actually. So, another question. So, funnel cakes and elephant ears are often considered like fair food in America. So, like, you know, you'll go to a fair, there'll be booths or trailers or whatever that are deep frying up those guys, right? Are there like fair foods, or I guess it would almost be like street food maybe also in Australia? Like what comes to mind as like fair food? from like your perspective, from like your local stuff, what's fair food? I'm curious about the differences.
If it were simply a pack of bandits we were dealing with, it would
Based
take
on your
more than a small
locale, I would
team to
assume
dispatch them.
that there's like probably a lot more of a like Southeast Asian cuisine street food stuff. Well, fairy bread is Australian, yeah, but it's not exactly a fair food. It's like a child birthday thing. Yeah, I guess, you know, I'm like in asking about like fair foods, I'm sort of working under the assumptions that like local fairs or like regional fairs are like a thing. But I guess that could very well just be straight up an American thing. Because like every county has a fair, every state has a fair. Like we just do fairs, like it's a thing we do. Halal snack packs, eh? Interesting. What is in a halal snack pack?
It seems like there's nothing much we can do.
We haven't been sitting here simply twiddling our thumbs.
I am
One of our search
intrigued.
team has already discovered the
Especially
location
because
of the
snack
bandit
pack
hideout. With that
in
information hand,
America
all
has a
we
very
need now
specific
is a way to
meaning because it's
rescue
a
children.
brand of like a pudding. It's a snack pack. Chips, meat, lamb, beef, chicken, meat, sauce. Sounds pretty good to me.
Oh, so you're set then.
We are. But as I mentioned earlier, we
Sounds
fear that
pretty
to
good to
act by
me.
ourselves would prove to be
It actually
insufficient.
kind of sounds like
Fate has brought us a
so are
master
they all
swordsman.
like
We
mixed
thought we could
together
ask him
in
to
a
join us
container?
in our rescue effort.
Is that why it's called a snack pack? Because just from reading that list of things, it almost sounds like sounds like a Frito pie. I think is usually what it's called. Because it are like some fair foods, but as well as like little box. Because at like sporting events and stuff, we'll do like Frito pies where you take a bag of Fritos, a walking taco, yeah. Like a bag of Fritos, throw on like chili, just like straight in the bag. You got like your bag of Fritos, you take out half the Fritos, you just throw chili and cheese and stuff on top, and you just like bag of Fritos. But anyway, snow cones, nice. I do like some snow cones. Snow cones are good.
DS?
That's a good question, Kappa. Are we talking chips like fries or chips like potato crisps? We're running into language barriers here between English.
Reina?
You know this man, Reina?
Fries? Got it. Yep. Snow is overrated. Well, I don't exactly love, like... Well, here's the thing. One, you're dissing snow while I've got snow. Hey, this snow's not overrated. This is the good stuff. But no, my relationship with snow has like gone up and down through my lifetime. Oh, you can see me slapping snow over here. Give me. When I was young, I really liked snow because snow is fun. And then I got out of college and I moved to Chicago and I had to deal with snow in the city, which makes me like snow a lot less, much less. Don't love it. However, now I like work from home and I have windows that I can look out on my yard. And then it's like, you know what? I'm kind of digging snow again. Now that I don't have to fight the snow, I'm kind of digging snow again.
Yes.
It's a roller
We come from
coaster
the
of
same
emotions
village.
with snow. I can understand that, Phantom, because a Canadian's experience with snow, I imagine, is much closer to a Chicagoan's experience of snow, because it's a real big hassle.
Is this the swordsman you're talking about?
It just can be a lot of work. But man, some of my best memories from college were when we had a sufficient blizzard to actually like shut down classes and stuff. So like we had like a week of no classes, but everybody, lived on campus in the dorms. And so we were all just like, had a whole week just like screwing around, like making snow forts, having snowball fights. Man, it was a good time. That was a good time.
That he is.
Yeah, but to your point, from like Australia, not known for its snow, not a whole lot.
You have nothing to worry about then. Diaz is the strongest
That's true,
swordsman in the
Whitney.
world.
That is
He
true.
could kill the whole group by himself.
Remote school has definitely totally shifted that shenanigans.
So
Yeah,
has
but
Diaz agreed to your
obviously I was in college, and the before days where internet learning was not like just a whole ass thing that you do. Amusingly though, like the core issue of that particular instance was that the professors couldn't make it to campus. Like even with the online learning thing, I don't know if it would have gone forward, because like we were all on campus, like we were good to go. The professors couldn't make it. They were all at home, unable to make it to campus. So we're like, okay, sucks to be you guys.
He accepted the job.
So I don't know, we might have gotten away with
Said
it
would
still.
be a good warm-up for the liqueur armory contest. But there is one snag.
I'm firmly against it. We know nothing of this stranger. I would rather we storm the forest ourselves than rely on the whims of outsiders.
Yeah, I hear Australia gets quite toasty, which of course I will get a chance to learn, seeing as I will be there in approximately a month. A little over a month, and I will be flying my ass to Australia. And I will find out how hot it is.
Oh no, you can totally trust Diaz. I know him really well. He's an honest man, and as a fighter, no one can even come close.
Yeah, that seems about right.
I'd prefer to have someone more experienced than you to
Yeah,
speak
we'll
on
see.
his behalf, young lady.
Yeah, I think it's as hot as like the southern. It is 4 weeks, Kappa. I'm pretty sure it's 4 weeks, yeah.
This is our village's problem, it's true. Perhaps it is irresponsible of us to throw it on the shoulders of a passing swordsman.
But yeah, 4 weeks. Ah, you are the deep south. He will in fact be so sad. He do be that way. He's morosely laying
In that
about
case,
on the
Father, I have
carpet
the
over
perfect
there.
solution to our problem.
Dude, yeah, Whitney, it is stupidly hot today for no apparent reason.
Would it be all right if we defeated the bandits for you?
Celine, are you sure?
Of course.
So for anyone who has not been paying attention to the game, like myself, allow me to sum up what has been happening, because I have been just glazing over this as we've talked about other things. I believe you're around correct, Fumlick, if I'm thinking of my conversions correctly. So, okay, so we got to Mars, and we found out a bunch of the kids had been kidnapped, and the city council is harumphing about what to do because they demanded a ransom of money and, like, an important object. They're like, no, we hate that. And so they'd asked Diaz to help clear it out, just asked Diaz to help. And Celine was like, nah, fam, how about we do it instead? And so that's where we're at. We're gonna go try to rescue some kids or whatever. That's correct. Shortly after the earthquake and the frustrated chef, we left town, we journeyed to the other side of the continent, and we stopped off in Mars, which happens to be Celine's hometown, and there was trouble afoot. And here we are. Hey, look, it's Diaz. Look at this pretty boy.
Don't come whining to me if that loudmouth girl.
He's almost like a Sephiroth wannabe.
Of all the rude things to say.
You know, that's the funny thing, Fumlick, with like bears, right? Because there's always the trope that everything in Australia is trying to kill you, right? Like, that's the wildlife is crazy over there. And then, like, while true, you then get videos of America where there's, like, a big-ass bear that's just, like, opening your car door and rummaging around because they just open doors and are huge. And it's like, yeah, you know, we do have the bears. You're right. You're right. And we also have, like, an outbreak of bears in some places that are a little problematic. We got our own crazy shit to deal with over here. Like, to be fair,
Don't you think
we might not have, like, the world's most venomous snake, but we've got bears.
I'm done here. If you need me.
Well, some of the bears aren't so bad. Some of the bears are a little upsetty spaghetti.
It's been too long, Reyna. I hardly recognize.
We do have some poisonous snakes. Every large, yeah, we got some large predators. It's true. What kind of bear was it, Phantom? What? Tell me the story of the, like the. Tell me your tale of dealing with this bear. So Kappa, as true as it is that we've got tarantulas are also largely harmless. Scorpions, not so much.
Me too.
Yeah, hit me with that bear story. What was the context of this bear? Was it a big bear? Was it a small bear? Was it a nice bear?
And you know it.
Was it breaking down your door for your freaking honey?
I know how you feel, Celine, but
I mean, man, as far as like peak risk factors, hanging out at a salmon run, I mean, that is bound to be like that the black bear or just bear in general, like nexus point of activity, right? At least it was black bear, because my understanding is that black bears are less aggressive, right? Like grizzly bears are the real problematic ones. Or maybe I'm thinking brown bears. I know brown and black bears. Is it black bears that are angry? Or is it brown bears? Brown bears might be cuddlier. I'm trying to remember.
Reyna.
You know, Fumlick, that's going to be very valuable safety safety list as I travel there. I know grizzlies are dangerous, but there's also black and brown. Okay, yeah. It was like...
What is it, Reina?
Doggo. Doggo, what is... Doggo, why? Why are you like this?
I have
You
a
are
message
totally
from the
fine,
elder.
my man.
He still wants you to rescue the children.
He's so grumpily.
Is that all he had to say?
Murder hula hoops? That's amazing. The death hoop.
Listen,
Ambush hula hoop. That's the reason I stay inside. Fair.
I want you to fight along with
You know,
the
that's
rest of
fair.
us, all right?
I plan to, like, I will be in the city, so I expect my exposure to snakes will at least be moderately reduced.
I'm going to talk to Diaz.
Reina!
What are you so
Whoa,
surprised
Claude.
about? She already said they're from the same village, did she not?
Yeah, but
Claude's getting all butt hurt.
We haven't seen each other in 2 years.
There's more to it than that, isn't there?
Well, we'll see. Well, see, I have the advantage of being on vacation. My mental health is going to be like peak.
Huh?
I will be devoid of responsibility.
All you want
My
to do
favorite
is just
state of being.
talk to Diaz?
Well, I think so. I mean, we've got a lot to talk about.
I think Celine was insinuating something there.
Diaz, I want you to
Shoot,
understand.
I think I missed my
know
chance to
you're
go
a
get
world-class
Ashton before
swordsman,
this encounter.
If you already know that, then you also know there's no reason for us to fight together.
Rude.
Why do you have to be so averse to other people?
Why are you such an ass? That's what she meant to say.
If you think that makes you strong, you're wrong. The only thing shunning other people proves is that you're too scared to accept anyone.
So negative, I'm like. Hoop snakes.
You see me for the first time in years, and you think it's the perfect time to start lecturing me? You've gotten a lot brattier than I remember you, Reina.
I'm not the child I used to be, Diaz.
It's only been 2 years, you know.
But I...
Well, since it's my sister begging me, I guess I might as well do her a favor at the very least.
We are a safe space of no snakes.
Diaz.
But if those other guys wind up getting in my way, I'm just going to pretend they don't exist and get on with it
Except
by
for the
myself.
potential, like, snake-like individuals that might lurk into chat to be dumbasses. Those are the only snakes we get around here.
Thanks.
But those we can deal with pretty handily.
Cecile says thanks, too.
Ah, I can't hold tab without stopping the game.
Cecile.
Wish I could hear her. Heaven's kind of far away.
Boy, Diaz is so emo. Sounds like the freaking opening to a song. Ah, balls. I definitely missed a chance to go get Ashton. Well, I don't actually know if I would have gotten to use him anyway, because Rena specifically goes with Diaz. on this little adventure. This is one of the splits between Claude's and Reyna's playthroughs, because you'll do this dungeon differently depending if you're Reyna or Claude, because Reyna goes with Diaz, you fight your way through, and then if you're Claude, you only get everybody but Reyna, which can be a real challenge if you are playing, well, like my save file down here, where I specifically didn't get Celine. This is going to be a fiasco as I continue to play this game, because Claude has to do this dungeon on his own.
You're
It's gonna be
late.
tough.
Did that man do something to you?
Thanks, Celine, for your concern.
Listen, I'm sorry to spring this on you, but I want to have DS join our group.
This is where
What are
Claude
you talking about?
is stupid, really.
I asked DS, and he promised me that he would fight alongside us.
He definitely didn't do that.
Well, it only makes sense that he'd listen to the cute girl next door instead of everyone else.
That wasn't the issue here. I'm telling you, he's a first-class swordsman.
This is such a weird
He'd be
exchange.
huge
I don't know
asset to
why
us out
everybody's
there.
so butthurt about this discussion with Diaz.
What do you think, Claude?
He said he could do it all by himself. What's the point of having him along then?
Claude's being a huge loser. He's just such a loser in this instance.
How could you say something like that?
Well, it's true, isn't it? Besides, do we really even need him?
He's such a loser.
Huh.
He's
Well,
just
I
being
guess
a
I'm going
jealous
with DS
weenie.
then.
Reyna.
Yeah, because you two are being
Maybe
asses.
you don't need him, Claude, but I do.
What a preposterous
Judging by your
exchange.
face, I suppose it didn't go very well.
You aren't even looking at me.
Meh.
I don't have to.
Diaz is also kind of a loser.
Anyway,
Not a
I
loser, he's
decided
just
to go along with you instead.
a pompous annoyance.
You, Miss Rena Lanford?
I promise I won't drag you down. After all, I have this healing power.
Highlighted in
Even
red.
if I said
Healing
no at this
power.
point, I doubt you'd listen to me.
Which Timmy? The in-game Timmy that I yeeted into the ocean that we left into the town? Or the in-chat Timmy that I yeeted into orbit?
Guess I might.
'Cause
as
the
well
one in
give up
chat
and
I
say
perma
yes
yeeted.
now instead of making you follow me around like a puppy dog.
Timmy in the harbor, he stays back at the town. We have abandoned him to his fate.
Thank you.
I guess, really the answer is the same. Both of them are gone forever. We'll go with that.
That doesn't sound very enthusiastic.
All Timmys are gone forever.
I was kind of saying sorry at the same time.
Well, if you're coming along, you better get some sleep. That and make sure you have all the supplies you need. We'll be setting off tomorrow.
All right, I'll go get everything in order.
Whee. Oh, you just go to sleep. There's really no significant reason to put too much effort into this here, because you get to go with Diaz. And if I remember correctly,
We're behind
Diaz is
schedule.
over leveled.
Let's go.
And he just like plows through this dungeon for you.
But everyone's
Oh,
still
what color will
asleep.
we get today? Oh, blue and green.
You want to be on the road the same time they are?
That's not the point, DS.
The bandits will be off their guard if we attack them now.
I'm glad that my color changing has come back.
I
It used to
know,
be more of
DS.
a integral part of my design back in the day, when it was like the only trick I had.
Something about needing them to across the
but it went
swamps
away
and
for
forest.
other tricks. But now it's back. I like that it's back.
So, does the fact that you're giving them to me mean you've accepted me as a partner?
No, it means that he doesn't want to have to drag your ass out of the mud constantly. Like, that one is self-serving. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Hey, remember that time you gave me a tiara made of grass? I just thought of that a little while ago.
Oh yeah. I'm always looking spiffy. This is, I guess this would be like St. Patrick's Day colors.
Let's get moving.
That's correct.
This is the forest, right?
Whoa, you're going in right now?
Skilled acts of beauty. That's like, that fits me to a T.
I want to finish this
That's
fast.
right. A ballerina with no legs. Which would be a weird ballerina.
Okay, man. Good luck.
Okay, man, good luck.
We're almost there. Brace yourself.
Right.
Oh, visibility is limited. A nugget ballerina. Correct. Oh, can I? No, I can't be. I can't have him be the leader. Well, thanks for coming by and chatting, Phantom. You have a good night.
Not too bad.
Which way am I supposed to go? It's so different from what I remember. Is there a right way and a wrong way? Oh, this is the mud. I did not put on the mud boots.
Through this swamp.
No worries. We've got our mud shoes on.
Sure we do.
You're right.
We do not. Hold on a second. Let me go put on them. Let me... Oh, I can't change your equipment. Okay, you gotta put on the... Where's the mud shoes? Hello? Oh, is it a key item now instead of forcing me to equip them as a stupid, shitty piece of equipment? Well, that's a nice change. Previously, you had to actually equip them, but they were just shitty boots. And so I was like, oh, thanks, guys. I love these boots. They're the best. But now I actually don't need to equip them. They are a key item. I don't even have to fight any of these guys. They're all just chumps. How very convenient. Just gonna loot this place and move on. Music in this area is sort of discordant. Excuse me. Did I accidentally go the right? Oh no!
Don't underestimate them.
Ow, ow, ow. Okay, I am over leveled, but also these guys are freaking beating my ass. Well, thanks for coming. Silent Void is in your lurking, or Silent Void is in your going. Either one you are welcome to do. But my response will be different. My first assumption was that you're going to sleep, but well, enjoy your lurk. In that case, I shall not wish you a good day yet. You have to stay long enough to get that later. Yeah, those guys, like, Yes, yes, yes. It's the middle of the day for you. I don't know. You could have shit to do. Ooh, that's a good air slash. I don't know. You could sleep during the day also. Who knows? I don't know your life. Maybe you work the night shift. I am glad that I never had to work night shifts. I did have to work some early morning shifts at that hospital job, though. I would have to get my ass to work at like 5 in the morning. Didn't love that. But I did not have to do night shifts. And the thing is, for me, I don't think a night shift would be like the worst thing, simply because I tend to be up late anyway. I'm kind of a night owl. Like I'm totally good with late night stuff. My issue with, I think, a night shift is that, like, I would ultimately feel like the whole day prior to the shift is just like lost time almost. I hated working evenings for the same reason, just because, like, I didn't feel like I could settle. I didn't feel like I could settle and, like, enjoy something, because I always had that timeline lurking in the future that I knew I was going to have to, like, be at and doing. Man, I hated working the evenings.
Get out of our way and leave the forest. You expect
And I'm sure night shifts would just be that, but worse.
Where are the children?
I much rather wake up, do my responsibilities for the day, and be off the hook.
Call it what you want. Either way, I'm not interested in dealing with grunts like you.
Well, let's just see about that.
Hey, I think you're pretty awesome, Fumlick.
Don't underestimate them.
Enemy leaders. Enemy leaders apply various leader effects to all foes after the battle begins. These effects will not go away unless the leader is defeated. Thus, it is wise to target any leaders first. The enemy leader's shield is completely depleted. It will cause a break effect that puts any other enemy it touches into a 100% broken state. Break effects also has a damaging effect. Breaks caused by coming into contact with a break effect will become a break chain. This can disable multiple enemies for a time, and the more chains, the greater the damage when an enemy touches the break effect. Interesting. Oh, I'm stuck. Well, they have died. They have perished. Boy, that was pretty early that they just gave me an orichalcum.
You think so? Why don't you run on home then?
Diaz, you just don't have to be like that.
That's not what I'm
Just-
saying. I was just
Bro,
wondering if
relax.
Paul and Celine will have any problems.
I don't see any reason for us to worry about that.
Always coming in so hot. I see a chest. I guess over here.
Who goes there?
Oh, great. They just had to change out the guards right now, didn't they?
Wait a minute. It's you guys.
Wait a
Bunch
minute.
of weaklings too, right? Get out of our faces and save us a lot of pain and heartbreak.
I don't know about the heartbreak.
You'll
Mostly
pay
just
for
the
that,
pain.
you.
Annoyance, perhaps. DS is so over level for this whole sequence. It's a way easier experience going through here with Reina as the main
You
character.
didn't have to rile them up like that, Diaz.
That's
I'm just stating the obvious. They got angry because I nailed it on the head. You look like you've got something to say.
Nope.
Nope. It's very deadpan. Out of the way, little goobers.
Look out!
Speed Mist is not really necessary at the moment, but that's fine. No, I didn't need to fight that guy. Oh well. So many of them. Owie. These guys are freaking party killer when you're playing the other ones. Diaz is over leveled and can handle it, but whoo, boy, those mages are rough. They are putting out so much damage, and there are 6 of them, and really hard to like get to and clear out in enough, like quickly enough for them not to just cast spells on just over and over and over again, all over your face. It's really unfortunate. Oh, I couldn't sneak past. How is that a back attack? I literally ran into him. Oh, my bonus points. I'm so sad. That's so rude. Unbelievable. Crystal. I feel like I've got some nicer crafting material earlier this time around than like in the original game. I ought to just get to making some sweet ass stuff.
Guess you don't care what happens to the kids then.
That is accurate. I do not care what happens to the kids.
Obvious it is how useless you are in a fight.
Afraid your luck's just run out. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die. He had like a weird accent there. Oh, God, it's very broken.
That was an easy win.
Hey, my bonus is back. Look at all that sweet SP and BP that I should really actually use, but I'll wait until I'm through here.
Don't need it.
Don't need it. Cool guys don't look at
Selena
explosions.
If you're that worried, why don't you go join them?
Diaz, you're such an
I'm
ass.
not worried. It's not any of my business what they do.
Diaz, why are you just constantly an ass? He's so unlikable. Look, a safe one. Excuse me, coming through. Really save point. Thank you.
Help me!
No.
You're from Mars, right? Yeah.
Wow, travel a long way from Mars.
Wait, dumb brat.
Here goes.
This is one dude. Yeah, I'm not too concerned. Thanks.
Easy win.
So you escaped from the bad guys who caught you?
Yeah. Could you show us where everyone else is? Are you gonna rescue them?
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's my job.
Thanks, you guys.
I told you, it's just my job.
Well, still, thanks. My name's Cecile.
Cecile?
Is that really your name, Cecile?
That's a weird thing to say to somebody.
She doesn't look anything like my sister.
Is that really your name?
Come on, this way.
Cecile. Like, yeah, it's really my name. I said so, didn't I? Boy, it's a good thing we had that guide to lead us
They're inside.
15 feet forward.
Wow, it isn't even guarded. We're in luck.
Something's not right with this. Where's the security here? We ran into a few bandits, but I'd have a lot more guards around if I were trying to hold a bunch of kids hostage.
It's true. You
So
need
what does this
babysitters.
mean?
Think about it. Don't you think this whole kidnapping thing is just a big charade?
Yeah, is that your real name? I'm like, oh. I feel like most kids would just be confused. Yeah? Like, what?
What are you getting at?
Except, you know, now we're in the era of the internet, and so, like, is that your real name is, one, I mean, I guess technically a legitimate question, because very likely it's not, but two, a way more sinister question. We don't answer those questions on the internet. That's no bueno.
I'm saying that they kidnapped these kids for some other reason.
Bingo. So you finally sniffed us out. Too bad you're deep in the heart of the forest. It's too late for you to turn back now.
The village.
Children are just a bonus to us. They'll be more than worth the trouble once we put them up for sale.
Selling children, not cool. every way but the right one, right, Priestess? I had a very ordinary name, so that was generally not an issue.
No wonder the boss had so much trouble.
So you aren't the leader?
As if I need to tell you anything. You're gonna die right here. This conversation is over.
Yeah, bring it on. Oh, there's a lot more of them than I anticipated. Well, it's fine. We can just hit all of them at once. Bam, 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 bam. That's unfortunate. It's fine. I have at this point done it to myself as far as pronouncing my name. What with my name being spelled so funky, I get all kinds of responses to my name. It's worse on Twitch though, because I had to make the name longer, so it starts with AI. It's AI Po, which, you know, I'll get plenty of people who are like I-Po or I or Po or Poe. All of those. I don't really care though, so however it gets pronounced isn't really a big deal to me. As long as I can recognize they're talking to me, that's all that matters. To me, at least. It is. But that whole .e thing confuses people, I think. Well, and the big part of it is that it
I'm just glad everyone's all right.
With the VTubing scene being very influenced by Japanese anime and manga culture, you have a lot of people taking on like Japanese pronunciations for things, and so they'll see that as like poe, because the e at the end goes eh, and so like, you know, you get stuff, especially when I have AI in front, because it's like, is it I or is it AI? It could be either. Who knows?
This isn't over yet, though.
But, you know,
we don't know what's happening back in the
it never
village.
bothers me, one way or the other.
That's what Claude's
I'm never one to get, yeah, Poe like the Zelda ghosts, totally valid. Poe as in the Edgar Allan guy, you know, totally valid. Same pronunciation, very convenient. Like, you know. But ultimately, I don't get all that hung up on labels or identifiers, so like, whatever. As long as I know you're talking to me, we're freaking good to go.
Assuming they didn't get themselves killed on the way.
Bot's just as strong as you, DS, when he puts his mind to it.
I'd like to see that with my own eyes, then.
Doggo has finally settled. guys.
Claude!
Claude.
Raina!
Thank you. Introductions are now complete. Carrying on.
The symbologist that was at the Elder's house. The real him, that is.
That was the bandit's boss, wasn't it?
What are you doing here, Raina?
What do you mean?
We just rescued the children from the house they were being held in.
Really?
You took this guy by yourself?
That's
Maybe.
right. With some help from Celine, of course.
Ah, the delivery of that line makes Claude sound much stupider than something that's like, you know, confidently saying, yeah, me and Celine did it. Sounded very stupid there.
I see. Reina wasn't lying after all.
What do you mean?
The day we cross swords may not be so far away.
Oh, Claude,
I look
you're
forward
just,
to
you
it.
always seem so clueless.
I apologize.
Honestly,
for
with
my
Claude
rudeness
getting
earlier.
voice acting, he sounds a little bit more like a weenie than I want him to. He's just a little bit of a weenie.
What's he talking about, Raina?
DS.
I thought that was extremely straightforward. Sorry for my rudeness. I don't think you would have dragged me down. Like, that's it. Conclusion of statement. That is true, Priestess. He is extremely typical male anime protag. You're not wrong. I just want better. It's really, I just want better. Which again, is one of the reasons that Tales of Vesperia is one of my favorites. Its main character is just not a stupid weenie of a main character.
My dear.
Like so many others.
Father.
I really do need to actually sit down and play Tales of Vesperia on stream. Because it comes up a lot when I'm talking about RPGs. Comes up every time that we talk or play a different Tales game, because I always relate it back to Tales of Vesperia, because I just think it's the least obnoxious. I really just got to get it on Steam and get it back on... Get it on Steam and put it on stream. Because it's a good one, or at least I remember it being good. Hopefully it has not deteriorated over its lifetime.
Oh, thank you, Raina.
Also, Vesperia is best because it has Rapide, the best boy.
I'll leave you all alone for now.
Well, you know, if you... with you intending to stream, to do so, you have to be not ill and be able to stream. That's your major hang-up recently. Also, you get stuck streaming Minecraft. You're just like... Minecraft is a black hole that you are unable to escape.
Oh, has he?
I am, of course, glad to hear that you are, you know, feeling conscious and, like, capable of functioning right now. That's certainly a strong change.
Well then, I'll go see how he's doing.
Yeah, that's fair. Man, I don't know what I would do if I were, like, down and out for a whole month and just, like, unable to play games. Oh, good God.
There was no way for us to know since he disguised himself as one of the victims.
If I can't play games for a month, I'm just gonna be like absolutely stir crazy.
I'm really impressed though. You defeated the bandit boss all by yourself.
Not by myself. Celine was the key to the whole thing.
Oh, so now Claude is being less of a weenie. It's all about the puzzles.
Even so, DS was really impressed.
I'm sure his skills are still way beyond anything I have. That's the impression I get anyway.
I think I have a Vampire the Masquerade game tooling around. I don't know which one it is. I feel like it's an older one. Honestly, what I really need to do is sit my ass down and play Baldur's Gate 3.
It's easy to lash out against someone, but it's hard to accept them as an
Because I have Baldur's Gate 3, I just haven't sat down and play it, which just seems a shame considering it's like clearly queued up to be like Game of the Year.
I think I'm starting to understand what you see in him, Reyna.
Oh no, Claude's becoming gay for Diaz.
Diaz is like the big brother I never had.
Yeah, Claude X Diaz.
And I don't like it.
that's the ship.
Oh, really?
That would actually be really funny if that were possible. Well, and honestly, the first thing that I'm doing in January for streaming and just in general playing, is I'm really looking forward to jumping into Cyberpunk 2077 again, since the DLC's come out and I haven't had a chance to play it because I've specifically avoided playing it because I want to play it on stream. I played the first. I played, like launch Cyberpunk 2077 when it came out, and I played through it relatively straightforwardly, but they made so many updates. I'm really looking forward to getting another chance at Cyberpunk, because I love a good shooter.
Reyna.
And I get to play it as a hacker, which I did last time, and I'm going to do it again because it's too fitting for channel theme. Like, obviously I gotta be a hacker. Or whatever they call them. Net runner, whatever.
Never mind. I hope you find your mother.
Thank you.
Non sequitur of all time. Let me go save. Nice. Oh, interesting. FSR 2.0. I know. Honestly, it's actually kind of funny now that thinking about Baldur's Gate 3. I'm almost like, maybe I should wait long enough on Baldur's Gate 3, because if it's anything like the other Larian Studios games, like Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2, at some point, they will release a definitive edition. And just give you that for free if you already own the game. And maybe I should wait for the definitive edition, because then I could just have the definitive edition. If I just wait long enough. I loved Original Sin 2. I thought that game was so good. It's so, I don't know, it was just so well put together. The combat system was really engaging and fun. The classes, everything about it. Just a good-ass time. I mean, even Original Sin 1 was good. But, they were kind of, just a little bit getting their sea legs. And then they hit Original Sin 2, and they just oh, yeah, we know what we're doing now. Also, the mods in Original Sin 2 are pretty rad. There's a lot of people who put a lot of sort of creativity into new classes and stuff like that are some cool stuff to play with.
But what about Egress?
Oh, my father?
Honestly, it's just Larian Studios. Just
your healing spell is
so
really
great. Just awesome that there's a studio. It's a shame that they are still so, they're not small, but they're so limited that they're just doing a game at a time, right? They're not pumping out games of various genres. They've got a thing, and they do that thing really, really well. So it's all right, I get it. Carry on. Although I feel is it Larian Studio that I have recently heard is like, did we learn something about their next game? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not remembering correctly.
I just did what I could.
Well, and that's the thing that, like, they brought that same oomph to Baldur's Gate 3, I feel like.
Well, we need to get
Though, to
the
be
sun's
fair,
about
I guess
ready to set.
the one thing that Baldur's Gate 3 did that I didn't like as much, that I didn't feel like I had that experience with Original Sin 2, was that, like, I just felt like I had to put a bunch of forethought into my encounters in Baldur's Gate 3, which is kind of why I stopped playing it. Like, I felt like if you got surprised by an encounter, you were just, like, hurting in Baldur's Gate 3. Like, you're just like, oh, well, freaking, what a mess I found myself in now. And you had to, like, prepare for a fight to, like, clean it up. I didn't feel like that in Original Sin. Like, you got ambushed and you're like, I can deal with this. Like, we can navigate this challenge. And I don't know. There was something that was just, like, tightened up a little bit in Original Sin 2 that I felt was, like, right on the money. The Baldur's Gate 3 didn't capture me quite as strongly at the beginning. I do need to give it another chance, though, because I think, like, it warrants a good playthrough, because I think it is very good.
I need to repay you two for all that you've done.
Yeah, that's one of those things. From, like, it's like, I know that this is, like, objectively great, and it sounds like you've got, you know, other circumstances blocking you, but, like, I hate those games that I'm like, I know that this game is objectively very good.
Are you sure it's okay?
But it's not for me. And it's like, that's a real bummer, because boy, would I like to be able to, like, partake in something as, like, effectively executed as that. But it's like, it's not for me. I feel like that with some other things, right? Like, people who enjoy coffee, people who enjoy, like, microbrew beers. Those are things that I don't like. And it's one of those things that, like, I have friends who really love, like, going to microbreweries. They'll drive, like, 5-6 hours for a weekend, go stand in line, get their, like, kick-ass beers from the microbrewery, and, like, they'll come home and they'll have their scores. I'm like, I would love to have that degree of passion and be able to enjoy something like that, because that, like, I recognize the potential enjoyment that you're getting out of it, but it's just not for me. It's like, that's kind of a bummer. I wish it were for me, but it's not for me.
Heroes, huh?
It's like, beer has, like, a very broad potential depth of enjoyment. Coffee can be the same way. It's like, ooh, you know, but it's like, I just don't like them. I see. Yeah, I guess I can see kind of that. And I don't know, maybe it's partially FOMLIC because Baldur's Gate 3 is built on a very well-established IP, right? I mean, it's Dungeons and Dragons, so if you're familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, and you're familiar with, like, the Forgotten Realms and the Sword Coast, it's like, I can see how you'd be like, there's not a tremendously fresh, wondrous sort of circumstance you're working with. Yeah, exactly. So, like, if what really drives you to those fantasy things are that wonder and freshness, I get it. I can get it. And honestly, it might be a little bit of why I didn't, like, fall in love with it immediately too. Actually, like, you know, talking about it, it's like, because I would probably be able to forgive that whole, like, oh, we got to prep for fights, if there was like a hook, like that hook on the other end that was like, what could possibly be around that next corner? What could possibly be available to me in those next few levels, right? But in the case of Dungeons & Dragons, like, I know what could be around those corners, and I know what's waiting for me in those next few levels. I've been there before, and I've done those things. So, you know, I think we might be experiencing a bit of a similar issue or circumstance with BG3.
I think you'll find him.
I'm going to try to get back to it, though.
He
I
may
think
not
it'll
like
probably
dealing
help
with
me to
others,
play with
but he
another,
causes chaos everywhere he goes,
like a
regardless.
friend. I was trying to play it solo, and I think if I had a second person to sort of split some of those annoying responsibilities of dealing with characters, I might have a better time. Yeah, I get that, Fomlick. I definitely get that. Which, of course, is why Divinity Original Sin was such a gem, right? Because, like, they just built that shit from the ground up. Oh, yeah. You know, that's fair. That's a big reason why I have really resisted the desire to play, like, early access games. Early access games are just, like, enjoyment killers to me. Not to say that it is like a poison on the industry as a whole, because I see that there is a benefit to securing funding and things, but I do think that securing in a lot of cases can be a poison pill, because of the way a lot of the games that might be, like, especially multiplayer focused, right, where they're pulling in some of the early access to secure early funds and things to help complete the development. That's good for that, but stretching out your player base, right, where people are sort of like trickling into the early access and being like, ooh, I'll try it out, I'll play a little bit, but then drifting away because it's incomplete. And then you have others drifting in and drifting out, and then now your player base is this weird, fractured, drifting, like, nebulous set of people that if any kind of multiplayer is expected out of it, you have destroyed your chances for a game. Like, that's just never going to happen. Kappa, yeah, that is correct. Yeah, exactly, Fumlick. And it's unfortunate to see that, because there are so many good ideas in early access. For me personally, though, from a player's perspective, I hate going into an early access game because I think somewhat like you, though my attachment is not necessarily all about the freshness of, like, the lore or the wonder of the experience. Mine is more about the wonder of the mechanics of it. Because, like, I really like to come into a new game and sort of, like, chew on the mechanics and figure out how it works and how to do it and what can I tinker with and play with and how to make things happen in the game and, like, explore the depths of the mechanics. And so, very similar to you, though, with those early access games, I get to do that, but then I'm, like, done, right? I burned out on the content that's there, and it's maybe only, like, 60% of a game. But, like, I'm now done. Like, I'm not coming back for the other 40% because I've already had my fun with the mechanics, and the mechanics are unlikely to have changed so significantly that, you know, it's worthwhile coming back in and then trying to do that last 40% of the game, because I don't like there's not another 40% of experience to me personally. And so I ran into that trap a few times in the past, like, and then I just essentially swore off early access because I'm like, I can't do early access anymore. It is absolutely a game ruiner for me. If I do early access, I will not come back later. Some early access games have enough game for for it to be worth the price of experience, the price of entry, right? Like, yeah, I'll pay the $10 or whatever and play through, and I had a satisfying experience. But there's always that seed of knowledge, right? That you're like, I know if I had waited, there would have been a more full experience waiting for me. Like, I could have had more if I had just waited, but I can't enjoy the more anymore because I already had enough of the precursor. So that's always my thing with early access. Yeah, but your comment about, like, the mechanics, learning, experience, like, it is their own experience, and you're right. There are so many people that don't get it. That's
That was delicious. Thank you.
That's the sort of people who show up into streams and then try to backseat, not realizing that, like, backseating in a lot of cases is as damaging as spoilers to a story, right? Because, like, if you spoil mechanics, you are robbing the enjoyment of discovery, just as you are spoiling a narrative beat robs the opportunity to discover that narrative beat. I find them to be very, very parallel things to do to people. They're just targeting sort of like different focuses that different people might enjoy, one more or one less, right? Like that's the thing, is like both of those ruin possibly different people's enjoyment because they're attacking different avenues of enjoying a game.
Oh, not at all. I'm just
But
happy
yeah,
you enjoyed
freaking
it.
backseaters, man. But yeah, you mentioned Ultra Kill, and that's a good example of a game that I have very explicitly not freaking touched, because I'm like, boy, Ultra Kill looks super awesome, and I'm definitely not going to touch it until later. Yeah, backseat, it's unfortunate that people don't recognize that about backseating. Because a lot of them are just like, oh, I was just trying to help. I was like, I know.
All right?
And it's unfortunate that you don't realize how detrimental. Because spoilers at least generally know that, like, what they are doing is harmful. Like, most people recognize spoiling as spoiling, but they don't understand that backseating can also be spoiling.
And it's all thanks to Reyna. By the way, I hear you're on your way to Harley.
Yes, sir. We're going to travel across the sea to Liqueur, then find a way from there to the land of El.
Yeah, but it's a lot of that, like, discovery of mechanics and stuff, that there are, like, a few games that I'm like, boy, I sure would love to just be able to wipe that game from my memory and do it over again, because it's just like there's so much satisfaction to be had, and I'm like, I'll never have that again. Tragedy.
Is there a problem?
I heard where you're going over dinner. You're after the sorcery.
Yeah, that's fair, Fumlick. I think my experience is more that I simply grow bored of it before they get the chance to polish it. Like, it is not an active harm to me. It's just I get bored. But that is, I think the end result is pretty similar between us, where we're like, we just don't want to touch it until it's freaking later. Like, just don't touch it. Just finish the damn game, which does result in kind of just a broad frustration with how common early access games are anymore. That's the one thing that I don't like, because you'll go peruse Steam and you'll see, like, ooh, that game looks cool, and you'll go in and you're like, of course, it's an early access again. It's like, damn it. It's so prevalent that you'll see, like, oh, a new game came out. Oh, wait, it's only in early access. And that always annoys me, because I'm like, can't we just have some games again that just, like, come out and then you just, you know, do the thing?
This is just my personal opinion, but I believe it might be some form of energy entity.
We're getting knowledge on the sorcery globe. Back to the actual game we're playing. Boy, we are ultra distracted. It doesn't help that I have played this game, like, a lot before, so I have, like, no strong investment with, like, paying close attention to what's happening, because, like, I know what's happening. That doesn't mean you all know what's happening. So I'm sorry about that.
Yes, and if that were the case, then perhaps whatever energy it's emitting is affecting all the animals in the area and turning them into monsters.
Yeah, that's fair.
Does energy work like that?
Well, it's just one of many possibilities.
Do you have any other thoughts?
I suppose the easiest explanation is that it's simply a normal meteorite.
That seems unlikely.
But that doesn't really explain all the phenomena we've had in the ensuing weeks.
Correct. Weeks? It's only been weeks? Boy, I thought we were working with like a month or years time frame.
Are you sure?
Place is
you
going
want
to hell in a
proceed to
handbasket
El
real
immediately
quick.
After landing on the core? I'm not so sure that's a good idea.
What do you mean, Father?
Damn, she ran down those stairs.
Why wouldn't it be?
She says with her eyes closed for some reason.
You're working on far too little information right now. My suggestion would be to gather more intelligence in the core before traveling to El. There's a fine line between courage and recklessness.
True. It's true.
Do you understand?
I understand. That sounds like a good idea to me.
Well, you're leaving early tomorrow, right? Best get to bed soon.
All right. Now that that diversion is complete, maybe we can go back to getting Ashton in the party.
Thank you for seeing us off like this.
You have been a great help to me. Accompanying you to the village outskirts is the least I can do.
Well, it's time to get going.
Take care of yourselves on the road.
If El looks too dangerous, I don't want you to risk your lives.
There's
Okay.
nothing to worry about, Mother. Besides, I have Raina and Claude with me.
Then we shall place our faith in them.
Where should we head first after landing on the core?
Good
The Core
question.
Kingdom should be your first stop, I suppose. It's the biggest country on the continent.
Pretty sure it's the
You'll be
only
able to
country
find
on the
all
continent.
the latest information, not to mention a wider selection of weapons.
I was thinking about going to Linga to decipher the book that the Elder had trouble comprehending.
Linga.
Linga?
A town in Licour. It's famous for its wealth of scholars.
Linga is on the
for
southern
linguists.
tip of Licour. If I were you, however, I'd head for Licour Castle first.
Well, thanks for all your help.
That sounded really dismissive for some reason. Thanks for all the help.
It's time
Whatever.
to hit the road. We're not blessed
We got
with
places
time.
to be.
Shall we set off for Licour then?
Peace. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the help. Bye. Oh, you know what? I should probably improve. We have so many skill points right now. Kenshi. I feel like I've heard that name before. All right, let's see here. What do we want to focus on? I mean, I could do this just by what's cheapest. Could try to focus on things that will be valuable. Yeah, I wonder if there is like another game with a similar name to that. Because what jumps to my mind is not an RPG, so I'm like, it doesn't feel like That's what I'm thinking of. Honestly, Whitney, you have not missed much. There was a great many distractions and conversations around, you know, early access games, things that deteriorate your enjoyment in things, you know, a desire to be able to enjoy something that you cannot, blah, blah, blah. All of these things were discussed. Story-wise, we arrived at Mars. We met Diaz. We discovered there were problems. We then split the party. We, being Reyna, of course, followed with Diaz. We rescued the children. We then met back up with Claude and Celine, finding out that they had killed the leader of the bandits. We went back to the town and found that they had attacked the town and injured Celine's father. Reyna, with her magical healing, healed Celine's father, and then everybody lived happily ever after. More or less. Now we're on our way to the port in order to potentially try to arrive at the next continent, but before we go to the next continent, we are going to get the chance to go elsewhere, yes. And as Kappa said, go and recruit Ashton to the party. We did, in fact, save the children. These we did not cast into the harbor. In our eminent kindness and generosity, we did not cast them into the harbor. That is correct. Last time we didn't get him. Last time we got Opera. So Ashton is one of the three, like, I guess what's considered secret characters in the original game. And they're considered secret because you don't naturally meet them as you progress through the game. You have to go out of your way to find out what it takes to go and find them, and then you have to go and find them. The thing about them, of course, is, though, if you get Ashton, you cannot get Opera, and if you wish to get Opera, you cannot get Ashton. You can only get one of them. The third one is Ernest, which is a even more difficult to obtain party member that you can only get if you get Opera, because Opera and Ernest are a couple, and you meet Opera looking for Ernest, and you can help, and then you eventually find Ernest, and you can also get Ernest into the party. Last time I played on stream, I failed to get Ernest because I missed a single goddamn cutscene when I needed to see it, and I was annoyed. So that was a bit of a bummer, but those are the three. I guess technically there might be considered a fourth secret character in the remakes now. Not just this remake, but all of the remakes that have come before, which were less impressive remakes, more re-releases than remakes on various systems. There's a fourth that I guess could be considered secret, which is Welch. I have never actually gotten Welch's in this game because I have only ever played the original one prior to this, and she is not in the original one, so I don't actually know how complicated it will be to get her. But we will find out. Make sure everything is at least 0. Okay, I'm just kind of going to work through, like, the lowest cost ones, honestly. It's just faster, honestly. It's just faster to do that than try to think of exactly what's going to work best at any given point in time. So that's what we're going to do. Stores, increased healing. Sure. use most? Penetration, stronger attack. You like to use wind blades an awful lot. More hits on laser beams. Seems nice. Hasten speech. Patient. You know what? We're just gonna cram points into hasten speech. That's what we're gonna do. Because we want them to cast spells faster. That's what we want. Okay. Now that we have been diverted to upgrade our various skills, let us continue on. No, leave me alone. Oh man, I am suddenly quite hungry. Once we get Ashton, I think we'll be... I could have fast traveled again. What the heck is wrong with me? Oh, I forgot to do private action. All right, hold on. Back we go. We got to do the private actions. Don't want to miss those. Once we get Ashton, as I was saying, will probably be when we wrap up stream for the night. But that there'll be a little bit before we finish that up.
Oh, Raina.
At least a dungeon to deal with.
Nothing. Just looking at the sky.
The sky, huh?
Again?
I love how she says that, as though Claude is
that over in Salva too.
often just distracted looking into space. Yeah, no worries, Fumlick. Thanks for coming and hanging
clear,
out.
Sometimes it's cloudy. It's always something different, and that's why I never get tired of it.
Claude, you are shockingly easily
What kind of sky do
entertained.
you like most, Raina?
Huh? Me?
There's lots of different kinds, you know. A night sky filled with stars or a breathtaking sunset. Isn't there any that you like in particular?
You gotta hold it together for Ashton.
Well,
Keep it together. Let's go with
I
the
like the starry
stars.
sky the most. The millions of stars twinkling in the midst of darkness so deep that I feel like it could suck me right in.
I do
It's
appreciate you,
enough to make me
Fumlick. I
dizzy.
appreciate our
Sometimes
conversations.
I wonder if a few of them aren't gonna fall out of the sky and land right next to me.
I know the feeling. Would you like to maybe go sky watching when we have a free night, Raina?
I'd love to. That sounds very nice.
Making date plans, I see. Raina and Claude. So this is actually going to kind of run us into an interesting circumstance in that because the private actions are now like clearly labeled and indicated, we are going to end up see if I'm like we're essentially going to find all of the private actions that become available to us, and we're kind of gonna find out what the default endings are, because what they haven't really made clear to you in this game, unless you've played it before, is that based on these friendship levels between your characters, that defines your sort of final endings, or like the epilogues, if you will. Because the ending of the game is the same, but then there's sort of an epilogue of like what happens to your characters. And so depending on the friendships between them, they sort of like pair off or maybe group up, I'm not sure, into different endings that show like, oh, these two decided to do this together, these two did this. And the thing is that like, if you do every private action available, we're kind of going to find out what happens in that case. And if you want specific endings, you're actually going to have to pick and choose which private actions you take part in. Which will be sort of interesting to see how this plays out ultimately.
Ah, yes, the dragon in Salva. I've been hearing reports of dragon sightings for a while
Dragon
now.
sightings,
Guess it's not just a rumor.
Great. First Alan and now this?
It's true, Salva has had it rough for some reason.
could that be?
I don't know, some dickbag mayor's son.
This dragon.
Well, apparently
Absolutely ignored. Selena asks the question. We don't care. Ignored.
So the problem might already have been solved by now.
I'm kind of curious about this.
Well, either way, you won't find me going near the Salva mines anytime soon. Besides, you guys wouldn't stand a chance against a dragon.
Rude.
I tell you, if I were 10 years younger, that dragon would have been toast by now.
Oh, well, now I can't trust his opinion, because if he's saying he would beat a dragon, I'm not listening to you. All right, quickly, we've got the private action. Let's do that, and then we'll head on over to Salva Mines. What? You? Oh, it's you. Who's you? Yule. Oh, he was attacked by banditos. That's right. What's more important is how you're doing. Thanks to you, fit as a horse. Ah. Speaking of which, I haven't gotten a chance to ask your name yet. It's Raina Lanford. Raina, nice name. Thank you. So tell me, why did you get into that fight earlier? That doesn't matter. It's not very nice. No wonder you get in fights like that. What? But it doesn't matter. It's not necessarily any of your business. You don't have to lecture me about it. I've dropped the street life. Huh? I got my dream job a little while back. Still an apprentice at the moment, but I'm a sailor now. I haven't exactly lived a proper life, so I never really had any opportunities up till now. They finally given me a chance to join a ship's crew, just as long as I don't cause any more trouble, you see? Is that so? Congratulations, Yule. Thanks. Haven't had a girl say anything like that to me before. Oh, sad incel. Womp womp. Everybody's late. What's this about? Oh no, banditos. What do you want? You Yule's lady? No. You and I are just friends. I wouldn't even go that far. We're just acquaintances. Not asking what you think of Yule, girl. The issue here is that Yule thinks about you. What are you gonna do with me? Oh, don't worry. Just don't do anything funny and we won't hurt you. That seems unlikely from banditos. Might even escape with your life before it's through. Ow! No! It's just tup. Where am I? Remember getting hit. Using me as bait to lure Yule here. This is bad news. I'm sure Yule's already somewhere close by. Huh. You know, some of these private actions really have more meat to them than I really recalled. Oh no, Yule. You got your ass kicked. Glad you're still okay, Raina. That was a weird place to laugh, but that's fine. Why did you do this for me? What about your dream to be a sailor? It's alright. Haven't laid hands on anybody. I'm sure the boss will understand once I explain things to him. Hope you got a will written up. This is what you get for having such a big mouth, you puny little rat. None of this would have happened if the weak had the common sense to abide by what the strong say. Rude. What right do you have to interfere with Yule's dreams? I won't get away with this. I'm gonna make you pay for it. Is this a fight? What the heck? I missed. I would rather not have to... I'm not doing very much damage. I have concerns. I have some real concerns here as to the likelihood of my success. Ow. Okay, that's not... Ow. Yeah, break. Okay, get in there. Punch him. Punch him in the mouth. Sock him. Give him the what for. Ow. Ow, okay, now that's just rude. Ow! It is essentially a giant bowling ball, yes. It is a large mass of some sort. Nope. Oh, you heal. That's okay. I'm working him. I'm working him. Oh, I got it. It's fine. She's a little slow to help. I had some concerns there, honestly. Fix Cloud? That's a spell that I don't recognize. Damn, you're a little firebrand, aren't you, Rena? Didn't need to come rescue you at all, did I? Well, no, not really. If you're well enough to keep spouting off like that, then I guess you aren't hurt at all. Here, sit still a minute. I'll treat your injuries. Hooray, magical healing. Boy, that comes in useful a lot. Huh, my wounds. My unbelievable power. Alright, Reyna, guess I really owe you one. No, you don't. I'm the one who got you in all this trouble in the first place. I wouldn't go so far. What are you talking about? This would have happened even if you hadn't run into me way back when. Reyna, how about we settle down and live in this town? Whoa, Yule. Whoa. What? I've met you twice. Still just an apprentice, but I promise I'll become a full-fledged sailor someday, alright? So can you wait for me until I make that dream happen? No. No, I will not. I couldn't. Oh, chill out. I'm just messing with you. Man, you're pretty thick, aren't you? You all. Come on, you actually think I feel that way about you, Rena? He's coping. Massive cope. Listen, girl, if you ever find yourself here in town again, pay me a visit, will you? Let me know how things are going. He's going home to cry into his pillow. 100%. He is the saddest boy right now. Alright, off to Salva. Let's go get Ashton. Let's go. Wait, why are you the leader? Where's... There. Jane's the leader. Oh, never mind. I was just gonna run right past him. I guess I... Hello, sir. I'm gonna go kick a dragon's ass.
Folks. Are you sure? We're here to slay the dragon.
Eh? Eh? How's that voice?
You crazy or what?
Maybe.
We're quite serious, I assure you.
Well, you've got the right to challenge him, 'tis true. Just don't be afraid to run away if you're getting whipped, okay?
Okay.
Right. One dragon coming right up.
Oh, I forgot to mention, there's another warrior in the mines right now. You can work with him if you like, but try not to get in his way, okay?
Okie doke.
Do you think that could be Diaz?
No. Why do you have Diaz on the brain? Diaz was going to La Cour. It's true. Maybe. We're not here to shame. This is not the correct direction. Who's the other person? The other person. The whole reason we're here. That's the point.
I think the dragon's lair
Yeah.
is up ahead.
We'll have to be
Ashton is not the dragon. I know you remember the dragons. But Ashton is not the dragon. Wow. Even these guys are low level. I like the free murdering that we get to do here. This is great. Just free XP and money. Teeny tiny increments. Honestly, more games really need to introduce some way of simply automatically killing enemies that are like too easy, rather than forcing you to go through all the loads and things. Just smack them down. It's like even Earthbound, way back on the Super Nintendo, did it. Hey, there he is. Hey, Ashton. I really like this, like, 2D on 3D aesthetic, Whitney. I find it to be just woefully underused anymore, because it was used in a particular era back in the day, simply because of limitations. They were like, well, we can kind of make blocky backgrounds, but we can't really make good-looking people, so they just kept using sprites. And there's something extremely nostalgic about this sort of, like, style to me, because I played so much of it during that era. I really like it. And I do think that it's the trippiest thing in this case, and I think it's kind of an amusing choice, though I could see how they could have done it differently, is they dramatically upscaled the backgrounds and made them nice, but they actually made the intentional decision that these sprites, these are the original sprite work. They did not even add, like, they didn't 2x resolution them or anything. These are the original sprite work. And I think that that's actually kind of cool that they kept the nostalgic sprites while just, like, blasting the backgrounds into the modern day. So I can see how this particular combination is, like, a little bit trippy and weird, because it is a legitimate juxtaposition that these sprites could be nicer, right? Like, they could be the quality as, like, the conversation sprite, like, images, right? We've got Reyna on the left right now. Like, they could have just used sprites that are of that quality down here, right? Like, they could have just had high quality animation cards down here. They didn't have to be these little sprite guys. But in this particular case of the remake, they intentionally chose to use the nostalgic original sprites. And I appreciate, like, I can get behind that choice. Like, I can get on board with that as a meaningful choice. Like, I get it. Nice.
I'd imagine he's here to slay
However,
the dragon.
from someone who doesn't recognize that that's what's going on with these guys, it does look weird. Like, why are these such high definition backgrounds? And then we have these clowns. Like, what's going on here? But that's what's going on here.
Oh, right. The guard at the entrance said we should work with him.
And honestly, I just really, really appreciate that they did put so much effort into remaking this game in such a fashion. Like, they had a meaningful thought in what they were doing, and, you know, like, they really put their whole chest into the backgrounds and, like, reworking it quite significantly, while keeping, like, the core gameplay that is so damn good intact. Like, legitimately impressive so far. Like, of remakes, because there are plenty of really, really shitty remakes. Please stop pummeling me. I don't like that. Oh, speaking of getting whipped, I have been consumed. Send help. Send help. What's the button? What's the button? What's the button? That's the button. Item. Yes. Resurrection elixir. Oh boy, there we go. Oh, everybody else is dead. Hold up. Hold on. Let me at least get you up so that you get experience.
I'd say that was 8 out of 10.
We fell a little behind on the experience, it seems.
The power.
Well, that was a little spicier than I would have liked. Brigandine. Gimme. Also, I don't think I have a second. I don't. I just haven't equipped a second thing. Great. That's really gonna help in the long run. Is not have all my abilities set. Love that for me. Making good choices.
Be careful.
Can we not have random fights with bosses, please? Because that really was a little bit hurtful. Back here. Yeah.
That was easier than I thought.
Yeah, when it's not a freaking leader, it's okay. Jeez. Ambush. Please don't have another leader. Nope, we're fine. Ah, my bones.
That was easier than I thought.
Gold earring.
Here they come.
You ready for this?
See, those guys are a cakewalk. What the heck happened with that one lady? Jesus.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Getting some good XP, though. Pulling in the levels. It's been a while since we actually sat down and, like, you know, played through a dungeon. That's right. Getting swole. Working the biceps. Certainly not skipping leg day.
Be careful.
We got enemies.
Owie. Owie. The nice thing about these guys is that I believe they are weak to fire, which my sword does. So they're just getting... Oh, I'm dying. Please send heals. Send heals. Oh, I'm glad that didn't hurt me. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Send heals. 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 Thank you.
Anyone hurt?
So those little guys, the little toothy maw guys, those can be really helpful because, as you may have noticed, we ended up with a shit ton of them because they actually split, and they'll split themselves into two enemies so they can multiply. The thing about that, there are actually quite a few different enemies in this game that will have that trait where they can split themselves. The interesting thing is that each new one is worth full experience, like they're just a new one. And so there are a few places where you can just like cheese experience like nobody's business, because you get into a couple of these fights and they just like, the only thing they feel like doing is duplicating, and then you have just this massive herd of enemies that are just essentially doing nothing but screwing around. It's just like, all right, well, eventually I'll slap you around and get a shit ton of experience. But for right now, I'm just going to let you keep at it.
That's one for us.
It can be very useful.
This isn't unexpected.
Nice. Ooh, Starlight. Let's see. Starlight might be one of the first spells that, in the original game, led to a small, like, in-battle cutscene style spell animation. So, like, it would stop combat to proceed. Whoa, Celine, what the heck happened there? You know what? We're not gonna bring you back. I don't have that many resurrection things to just toss around. So I'll be curious to see when she uses Starlight to see what it does, because presumably it will not take up the whole screen. Because that is an important change that I believe they made, so that casters are not just this unfortunate time suck. Because in the base game, so many would refuse essentially to use casters because they just added time to fights unnecessarily. Even Energy Arrow, actually, I think was one. So we're already seeing Energy Arrow be useful without that, which is awesome. I love to see that.
There's no way around. You ready for this?
No. I don't think I realized these little slime guys were down here. What the heck? You're not doing any damage. Okay. I did get poisoned, though. Okay, whatever. Regular ass, unexciting enemy. Trying to make sure that I've hit all of the edges. Next stream should be Thursday. Thursday, same 7 p.m. Central Time. I will be back to playing this very game. We're hitting this game hard so that I can hopefully get all the way through it before I go to Australia for my trip, because I don't want to leave a game unfinished while I'm gone for a month from streaming. So yeah, Thursday, 7 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel as the very old Batman reference goes. Though Saturday I do have a collab with Moo, where we'll be playing Phasmophobia. A little bit late for spooky season, but Moo is busy all October. Yeah, thanks for coming by, Whitney. I'll see you next time. Oh my giblets! Holy crap. Dude, these guys, when they go feral, man, with the leader here, you just get absolutely cooked. You know what? We're just gonna go ahead and die and retry this fight. It seems like maybe actually killing the wolves first is the better idea. Because they're a lot more frail, so at least they could... Oh my god, it's fine until they freaking do the, good god, the sadistic whip. They don't do any freaking damage, and then she uses that, and then it's just infinity damage. I gotta get rid of those guys before she does that. Otherwise, we're screwed. I need to remember my assault ability. These guys are freaking crazy. Get in there with that. Get in there. Get in there with that. Yeah, thank you. It's a lot easier to deal with once she doesn't have her squad. So yeah, maybe fighting them first is actually the better idea with them, not taking out the boss first. Jesus. Oh, this connects to a place I already was.
We better be careful.
Enemy, is it?
Oh, you're not dead. I thought I was dead.
Well,
Just
I'd say
broken.
that's worth 10 out of 10.
Excellent.
Alrighty. Let's go. Hello, Ashton.
Hey, there's somebody over there. Looks like we're a little too late.
Ooh, they're so slithery, squishy sounding. I don't know if I like that. Oh, listen to him.
You think we could help him?
Yeah, Priestess, we were just talking about that a few minutes ago. How I am really nostalgic for it, and I miss that it's not really used in a new way typically.
All right, let's see how things turn out then. We should at least cheer him on or something.
True.
Hang in there, man!
Boy, that would be so distracting to have some random ass weirdo that's just like, you got this. And you're like, bro, I am fighting a dragon right now, sir.
I'm sorry, but could you keep it down a little?
Uh-huh. Oh.
Ah! Behind you!
Oh.
Huh?
Look out!
Oh, it's so squishy. Bro.
Man, I thought I had gone blind for a moment there.
Uh-huh. Flashbangs will do that to you.
Where did that man go?
The dragon's gone missing too.
Where is he? Where's the dragon?
Not exactly dead.
Hey, you guys, did you see where the dragon went? Hello? Guys?
It's on your back.
What?
What? No, bring back the growls. I don't want the screeching. Oh, fancy art. They're not the same color, though.
All right.
You call this all right? This dragon thing's on my back.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Well,
It's not a big deal.
I really couldn't tell you.
Well, look at it. It's gotta be the dragon I was just fighting. Why is it latched onto me like this?
Well,
Best friends.
I'm not sure what to say.
This wouldn't have happened if you hadn't distracted me with all that noise you were making. I just
Accurate.
about had this guy where I wanted him.
I don't know about that.
Sorry.
You have to take responsibility for this.
Nah.
I said you have to take responsibility for this. Look at me. I'm permanently disfigured.
That's a typo? And that voice actor read the typo. Is that intentional? Hold on. I can replay it. Listen to this.
I said you have to take responsibility for this. Look at me. I'm permanently disfigured.
Is the next line going to, like, address the fact that he just said permanently?
What do you want us to do about it?
Nope, we're not. Hold on.
You have to take responsibility for this. Look at me. I'm permanently disfigured.
I'm kind of... I am without words at the moment. I have to know if that was intentional. I want to understand the conversations that went into reading that voice line. Is this like a typo that existed from like the original, and just as remakes happened, they just read it that way? What happened? This is amazing. I love this so much.
I said you have to take responsibility for this. Look at me. I'm permanently disfigured.
That's brilliant. I can't wait to find out if he just says stuff weird.
Find a way to get this dragon off my back. What do you think?
What? Oh, come on.
It's the least you could do for ruining my life. How am I supposed to go around with this dragon sticking out of me?
I just want him to talk all the time just so I can find out if there are other words that he's just going to say wrong, or if that's literally just a typo from frickin' 1998 that has just traveled through time in all of the remakes of this game, that at some point they were like, yeah, that's the voice line. Get on it. Like, I gotta know.
Okay, we'll try to make up for this.
You will?
He's shocked.
Well, after all, it was kind of our fault.
Eh.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear you're willing to admit your mistake. We'll start looking right now.
Right. Let's go.
Oh, right. I haven't told you my name yet. I'm Ashton. Ashton Anchors.
Oh, yeah. Ashton Anchors.
Good to meet you.
In the party.
Yeah. You too.
Huzzah!
So how are we gonna exorcise that dragon then?
I don't have a clue, to be honest.
Yeah, we have nowhere to... You know, I can't help but notice that the fancy art would seem to be implying that this dragon on the right is fairly blue, and that the artwork in the sprite back there is decidedly pink. I can't help but notice this remarkable difference.
Huh, sure didn't take long to hit that dead end.
True. Love the growling.
What was that?
He's telling you to quit whining about it.
Ugh, those guys are pissing me off.
Really? I think they're kind of cute.
You think?
I mean, they are pretty adorable, let's be honest.
I like how this one has those scary-looking eyes. And the eyes on this one are all sad, like a lost puppy. It's cute.
I think there are more important things to think about right
now. Is that accurate? I need the big artwork right now so that I can actually look at it and determine if that was a true statement.
How about we give them names?
Names? For these heads growing out of my back?
I mean,
well, why not?
Yeah.
We're gonna be stuck with them for a while, right?
Most heads do have a name. Just so you're aware, I would say that, like, out of all of the heads, many of them have names.
Yeah, but...
Now, let me think. I know. Let's call the one with the scary eyes Creepy and the one with the sad eyes Weepy. They'll be
Those
Creepy
are
and Weepy.
Those are some shitty names, Raina.
That is so dumb.
Thank you, Claude.
Did you say something?
I absolutely did.
No, nothing.
Those are some shitty names, Raina.
So what are we gonna do now? We haven't got a single thing to go on.
We'll probably have to go and do some research.
Where?
Research?
Yeah.
Claude, I hate reading.
A lot of books, we'll be able to find some information that'll give us some idea.
Sounds perfect. But where would that place be?
Oh yeah, the red one's got pretty scary eyes. That's true. Now that I'm looking at him.
The Elder in Mars had a lot of books at his place, didn't he?
Ah, Tamar's.
Oh yeah, maybe he's got something useful over there.
All right. Well, I will have to You know what? Actually, oh Jesus, we've got freaking. Oh no, there's an exclamation mark. I don't have to remember where to go. We've got private actions now. Oh, hold on. Let's set Ashton as the leader because I'm definitely gonna play with Ashton now that we've got him. Cross slash, twin thrust, forward area, long straight line, water elemental attack. Be focused, break focused. Alright. Oh, you know what? Actually, before I do that, let me quickly go through. We did find Swords of Deflection. I already ran the ring mail. We just got a buckler. Not have a better helmet. You're wearing the good greaves currently. Wait, what do we got here? Dragon's ribbon. Adorable ribbon imbued with nothing in particular. Can only be used by dragons. Nice. Wait, that's actually pretty good stats on it. XHP. Ooh, that's a lot of hits. Well, I can't help but notice that 60 hits pretty terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and give you that for now. Let's see. No. I'll go ahead and call it a day. I was gonna be like, oh, I should check some shops and see if there's a better swords I could buy for him. Nope. We start running down that path, I'll freaking be here forever. We're gonna call it a day there. We got our Ashton. We proceeded through the game, and we have made conversation with the best of them. So many distractions. But overall, that was great, and we have made some killer progress. Thank you all for coming and hanging out, Priestess. Most recently, thank you. This has been some delightful conversation. I love to see so many of the community showing up. I appreciate that. Next stream, Thursday. Back for more of the same. 7 p.m. on Thursday. I mentioned just a little bit ago. Saturday will be collab with Moo and some of her other friends playing Phasmophobia. It is a bit late. I'm going to go get some foods, and you all should... Well, you know what? Do whatever you want. I release thee into the wilderness to do as you wish. Thanks for coming by, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Initiating goodnight sequence. Dispersing appropriate dosage of compound 347. Initiating phase 1 of memory calibration. This won't hurt a bit. Just close your eyes.